Hello, friends of the internet. How's it going? You know me, I'm Distracted Elf, but I have a strange man sitting next to me. This is Will. He's the like writer and developer and game runner and just general like mind behind Chronicles LARP. We wanted to like go over the god stuff some more, and I knew I'd have to be writing some more stuff, and we'd have to be like looking at some more things. And then Will was like, "Well, why don't we just like stream it, and that way we can like do it at once and knock it out and get it done." So here we are doing that. Hello, friends. So yeah, that's the game plan. We have, of course, our Google document, as we did before. What did you think of the stuff that we already got done? Basically,
so far, fantastic in every way.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Certainly.
Yeah. So I went through pretty much everything. Loved pretty much all of it. Yeah. But there was a few things I thought we could tweak.
Yeah, definitely.
Just together. So I was thinking we'd go through the Pantheon. I added a few things to like the template that we could do. So
yeah,
right now
totally. So we'll add like new categories as we go. Like, what kind of things are we going to add to the template? Because that way we can just do that.
So obviously, so symbol. So just like if someone wanted to have like a symbol.
Okay, well, I'll put that up here near the top.
Sure. Titles.
Symbol. Like a holy symbol, I'm guessing.
Yeah, or like a banner or something.
And titles.
Yeah. So spirit could be like Watcher of the Roads, or you know.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah, I got you. All right, so symbol, titles. Anything else?
I was thinking in a like this is like we probably won't be able to get through it today, but like a prayer, like a small prayer.
Sure. We'll put that at the bottom.
Yeah. Totally. And this is that's a bit more deep, you know, finding some.
I mean that requires like, okay, what are they gonna what's the kind of thing you would say for this, or what kind of thing would you do? Because it's not always something that you're like necessarily saying.
It could be like prayer or a form of worship.
And as usual, chat, feel free to throw stuff at us if we're like at a loss or trying to ask about some stuff. Basically, what I did was I was like, what should I do with this, chat? And then I was like, I like this. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Oh, yeah, stuff like that. I just wrote by committee mostly.
Nice.
Worked out.
You guys are awesome. I was thinking too, if you guys have any questions or anything, like.
Oh yeah, anything about Chronicles, Will can answer.
We'll make it a Q&A kind of deal too.
And that's easy to do while we're like writing this other stuff. So, is there anything else for the template?
I think that was it for what I had.
Okay, so titles and symbol is like really simple. We can knock that shit out real fast.
And then from the Pantheon list, there's also two other gods that we were talking about.
Yeah, that I haven't added that didn't have names, so I didn't want to like. I don't want to like, but we'll add. Hang on, let me grab the template.
Okay. Yeah, we were thinking like the Animus style god and the like primal storm,
like storm sea
like, elements.
Storm seas elements god.
Yeah.
Did you watch the like WoW thing that came out like yesterday?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! It made me think of like storm and sea god stuff for sure. I was like, woo.
Yeah. Oh, that song too, because you posted like the little.
I did,
like,
I did.
Beware.
It was so.
And you're like,
so good. So good.
Yeah.
I just like when I'm trying to think of stuff that like is inspiring. Like that comes to my mind right now for like sea stuff for sure. Okay, so we got the template. So this will be for the other two that we don't have yet. So there we go. We've got like 2 full gods to write. Nice. Plus anything you want to go over on the other ones. Yeah. Was there anything we need to review? Because maybe that's the first thing.
Maybe let's just start at the top and just kind of work.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a few things like physical descriptions on a few of them. I thought we could work on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just went for like what I thought it might be. I made sure not to use any Fae descriptions because I thought the Fae would be separate in terms of like the gods and the Fae are always kind of like a parallel line rather than like an intersecting line.
Yeah. Our Fae, it's kind of interesting what we have for our Fae because we have like 3 Fae lords, but they're all demigods. But they're
basically
on
right.
par.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the demons. They're kind of on par with the.
They're like
the gods.
almost on par. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they definitely have done things with the power of gods, but.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not just there.
They make entire races because they feel like it and they're a little jealous of everybody else's. That kind of stuff.
The one guy did it by accident.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's start with Spiri.
Yeah, Spiri.
Okay, so Spiri, our lovely god of hedonism and joy and adventure.
Indeed.
All right, so titles.
Titles for Spiri. I mean, there's like the Wanderer. keeper of the roads. I need something like hedonism, like rebel kind of stuff. Yeah. The incenser, maybe something like that. The rabble rouser.
Yeah, that works.
That's 3. How many?
Let's go with 3.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Okay, 3.
Rabble rouser, that makes sense.
The rabble rouser.
She'll be the one in the riot, is be like, yeah, and throw the ball or something.
Yeah, like everybody's kind of peaceful, just like.
It was him.
It was that guy. Get him.
Let's get him, fellas.
So symbol. Okay. I the first thing I think is like a wheel.
Okay.
Like a wagon wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I don't know what you think.
Maybe let's put symbols. Like just like an S in brackets.
Yeah.
Just in case there's more than one.
Symbol S.
All right. So yeah, I like that. It's
like a wagon wheel.
Yeah, because it's like the road and just like constantly moving.
What else? Maybe like a torch. No, that's like too general. But I'm just thinking rebellion, right?
Yeah.
Like pitchforks.
Like the fist, like multiple fists in the air, maybe. Or...
I feel like that's always like a knightly thing. You know what I mean?
Like the clench gauntlet.
Yeah, the like gauntlet. But that's because D&D has like helm and like all this shit.
Totally. Okay. Keep the roads, rabble rouser.
What about like the hedonism and joy part? Because they're like not just like sort of like rebellious, but they're also like happy about it. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to think of like what you could put for that.
You could do like almost like the drama like smiling face.
Bernard's is a bottle.
A broken bottle.
Or like a bottle with the Molotov thing in it.
Oh yeah. That might be a bit.
It's a bit modern.
Yeah.
It's a bit modern.
I'll say, what if, because we have it like joy and hedonism and whatnot. Like, what if like a almost like a fist holding like an overflowing mug.
Oh yeah, like a hand with like a cup that's spilling in it. Yeah, like a hand holding a cup that is overflowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got kind of like some movement to it as well.
That's always like that's never bad.
Yeah, it's always a good thing. You know, like cheers, kind of business. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I was also thinking like the drama, like or the was there's like the two faces when it related to drama, like one's like the sad face,
the happy face and the sad face.
Happy face, like because it's like
like the dramatic happy face. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good.
Cool.
That's a good series of things, I think.
Okay. With her physical description.
I said it of indiscriminate gender because they feel like the kind of character that would just indulge in like whatever, you know.
So one thing I just wanted to talk about here too. So in our game, we broke the rules of Chronicles a little bit and made a 1 when the gods actually showed up. Yeah. Gods don't show up in our game.
They don't show up?
Yeah. But they do manifest in the veil in your dreams. Or sorry, I should say that. Very, very few gods will ever manifest, if ever.
I got you.
Like, just because I've seen that in other LARPs, and that is kind of, it's like, it breaks that, like, that's why we have oracles and whatnot.
I always think of it like not so much as, like, Spiri themselves, but, like, you know, smaller parts of the god, you know what I mean? I'm not necessarily saying, like, it's Spiri, the only Spiri, here, now. I'm saying, like, sometimes when there's a lot of influence, there's, like, an avatar,
like an aspect,
or an aspect, yeah.
Okay.
So it's not so much, like, that I'm saying, like, yeah, Spiri is there, the fucking god. No, I just kind of like, if you saw someone who looked like this, it makes sense that they're like related to it. But I mean, however you want to play it.
You're saying almost like that double take, kind of like.
Yes, sort of like if they had one, that's what it would look like.
Okay. Well, how about?
Yeah.
Because I just like setting those rules.
No, definitely. Yeah.
How about this? Let's keep it like this, and then we can kind of switch it.
Yeah,
but essentially, what if Spiri were to manifest?
If Spiri were to manifest, I can change that right there if you want. Like that's easy to just like change.
That works.
If they were to, because then you can just be like they don't. But if they were to, and then you've got the opportunity to break that rule later if you feel like you want to. Because then we could say like
in dreams, or we can just put it like above the god section.
Yeah.
Just like gods don't
generally influence directly the mortal realm.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
They often do it through oracles.
Or through channels basically.
If you ever see them in a dream or
to manifest in physical form. They would. How do I want the syntax has to be right. And we're also talking about like iconography, right? Because like the gods will be shown somehow. You know what I mean? Like in paintings or pictures, right?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if someone, because the veil, because the gods exist in the veil, because that's where the realms are. Because it's such a.
If they were to be described,
There you go,
it's very often appears to be slightly taller than average for indiscriminate gender. It's your call on whether that's good or not. But I went for Virden because I had too many humans.
Yeah, that's fine. So one thing too, just like going on, there's a few others I kind of wanted to put in, like kind of make it more of a metaphysical state. So like, was it like Ivan? I was thinking like him, he could be, one of his depictions could definitely be like different, like because he is amused almost. But I was thinking like kind of definitely there should be like kind of like an otherworldly kind of aspect to some of these guys.
Yeah. No, I got you. I just went for like, because I didn't know what you necessarily wanted. You just said like write them, so I wrote them.
Oh no, it works. Yeah. But I was thinking,
so we got like
I would probably like if we want to go with Virden, I'm fine with that. But I would almost like kind of describe like, since there is different types of Virden, it might be good to be like they always have like blooming flowers or like stuff like that.
With actually I can do that. Indiscriminate gender with vibrant blooming flowers in their hair.
Like always like fiery reds or oranges, like tiger lilies almost. Yeah. And then they carry with them a branch of sturdy oak and then a mug that never seems to run dry.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
And that's,
And adventure, joy, hedonism, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I wonder if that could be good.
What?
No, I was going to say like one thing I'm going to put in before the game starts is kind of like a relationship chart.
Okay.
For all the races and whatnot. So it'll be like, I'm a Fior.
I like these people, but I don't like these people.
Yeah, so when people can come in the game, they can be like, okay, I'm a Fior, and I hate Unbroken, but I love Kelyar. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. No, like,
okay. It's like easy to get a little bit of roleplay.
Yeah, just to instantly go like, I don't like you. I don't know why, but
I mean, you could do the same thing with religion, but I feel like that'll find itself.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, we can do that in
people
stories,
people who worship Spiri are probably not going to get along with people who worship Creon.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
yeah. I was just like, we can do that in stories actually. So it'd be like Spiri and the twins teamed up and did something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
definitely.
started a riot, or
That's definitely a thing they would do. The twins for fun and Spiri because they want to.
Yeah. I can see them being buds.
So the way I've talked about it is if they were to appear, they would be in certain places. Like the overviews of all of them are like, they're ode to whatever, or they appear in these places. So I've been thinking of it, and the way I framed everything is in terms of if they were to appear, which is difficult considering if they don't. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, how about? All right, how we can change that? We can just say they don't appear in the game space.
Sure, but this could have been like before or whatever.
It's been a long time. Yeah. So how about we make that rule? It's just like they will never appear in the game space.
So we'll put that on the overview rather than like change everything that I've got here.
Totally.
So it's like you might hear stories of them, but you're probably never gonna run into one. Probably. Because it's gotta always be like, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. At least in my mind, I'm always like,
just for players, always be like, give that double take.
Yeah. But like, oh shit, that NPC looks very much like, and then it's not, obviously. But that's what you want, right? You want that.
Okay. So let's leave it like
cool.
that.
All right. So often planned in places of celebration or pleasure. It's not uncommon to hear a story of a strange Virden nudging eager adventurers along on their first start. They bring people together in the name of shedding their inhibitions, whether gaining confidence for departing on an epic quest, or perhaps offering advice on a romantic encounter. Many of those who are more lawfully minded have tried to capture or kill Spiri. This, of course, is an impossible concept. Spiri cannot be bound, cannot be kept, and many times in the past they've let themselves be captured, only to free everyone else in whatever prison they've been taken along to. Spiri does not abide slavers or tyrants, and does all they can to impede these sorts of people. Though lighthearted in nature, Spiri is, of course, very capable with their staff, often the laughing center of a chaotic bar fight, or the first through a dangerous ingress.
Ooh, I like that a lot, yeah.
And then likely followers, I have people who travel the roads to seek adventure, those who carouse in taverns, those who seek to topple tyrannic rule, those who will never be chained, drunks and would-be dragon slayers. They'd all find comfortable home with Spiri.
Perfect. Okay. So that's we're good for that. I think Spiri is excellent.
Lovely. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll deal with the prayer later. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Let's do the overview first.
Totally, yeah. Okay, Ivan.
Well, let's grab these. so that I can copy paste them into the right places as we go. And then my desk is full of stuff, and it makes my keyboard inaccessible. I'm just gonna go down and do this everywhere. And yeah, just like so, Iphon, what's your thoughts?
Okay, so Iphon,
because I'm sure you've written it down. Yeah,
creativity, prosperity, crafting, and diligence. Okay, so he's kind of like the working man.
The working man's god. Yeah. I think I made him a Keliar, but that's because Keliar are the sort of like architects and stuff.
Yeah. So with them, what I was thinking for them is
Okay.
One of the ways I was thinking of manifesting him is because I was almost thinking like a golem of sorts.
I got you.
Like
he's like a crafted thing themselves.
Yeah, like he's
yeah, definitely.
Maybe not so much like a machine, but more of just kind of like he's constantly improving himself.
Yeah.
Or depending what he has to craft, he makes himself the best possible way for that.
Oh, that makes sense.
So say like he needs to craft like a legendary sword or something. I don't know. He wants to craft like the sword of swords. So before that, he would probably go through a long process of like rebuilding himself,
making sure that he is perfectly attuned to build the sword of swords. Yeah, I got
rebuilding his one hand, like maybe like crafting himself more arms and like the means to have those arms, and then like one is a hammer, one is like a
I have to say, I think Iphon was the last one we wrote because I could not think of like a good Iphon.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we like voted in the chat all the time. We were like, okay, which one's next? Like, who do you want to do next? And Spirit was first, and you know.
Okay. So I was thinking, physical description. We could have him appear as a few different things.
Yeah.
Like I definitely because like
genders, going to take whatever form they fancy at that particular moment.
Exactly.
That's what I've said. Thing that remains constant most often is okay. We can get rid of that part.
Okay.
Particular moment. Iphon is known to improve themselves. Improve themselves in whatever way will help them with their current task.
Yeah.
You know? Whether that be additional height, stronger limbs, more limbs, anything. They're capable of changing their form to suit the task. Or suit the, because I've already said task, the moment.
Yes. So yeah, I was thinking like the automaton kind of like golem form. I was thinking just kind of like multiple arms. One's like a hammer, and then the other like two hands. And he has like almost like a forge in his like chest, like where his heart is.
Yeah,
just kind of like so he can heat up stuff and put it down, and just kind of like that's like the blacksmithing version of him.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was thinking just like like his realm. Oh, actually, that might be a good one to put just like ideas of realms. But
realms. Wait, we can do that. That's realm is not that hard. You just go, what is the fucking typical shit for this person?
Like what I think with all these.
And unlike with Underworld stuff, I would rather publish finished god sections than unfinished god sections.
Yeah. So it'd be like,
you know, if there's something you want or some information you want to be public knowledge, we'll write it. It's not a problem.
Because I was thinking with him too, it'd be really neat to have like where he like his shop essentially, like his realm is just like fields and fields of discarded, unperfect
just
things.
Like shitty things that he's gotten rid of.
He's like, it could be like you could walk through and find like
the best thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, like you will never see its equal unless you look down.
Yeah,
and you're like,
and then there's another one that's slightly better but still not great.
Like he is a perfectionist to like. Absolutely.
We can definitely add like realms, but I think we'll do the overview first, like I said, and then
totally. But I was thinking just like not even just so it's just like just waves of you see him in the distance and it's just like clutter. It's not garbage, but it's just like discarded things.
Definitely.
For as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I can definitely add the like automaton stuff for sure. I almost feel like I should get rid of the Keliar part and then just like add that.
Okay.
Opponent appears most frequently as a even known to take whatever form they as a Keliar, frequently as a
I would say like a metallic golem.
Sizable metallic golem. It's been known to take whatever form they fancy.
There you go. Works.
I think that works. So my overview for them is like all Grand's works of architecture and art are said to owe at least some of their success to Ifan. Ifan inspires and offers assistance to those with grand ideas and long-standing tasks. They don't exactly intervene directly, but they're said to grant energy to the tired craftsman and willpower to the starving artist. A quiet, encouraging companion.
Yeah.
Ifan themselves possesses the power to create or destroy any simple object with merely one swing of their hammer. They've been known to tear down shoddy workmanship or sabotage those who cut corners. Even with all their power, they've been known to take far too long to craft something because they wanted to get it just right.
Perfect.
Or a sword is said to have been one of these perfect creations, brought finally to a close. There's also a rumor about Kriot's armor plates. Ifan also guides those who deal in coin, making sure the honest and hardworking merchant's purse is always a little more full, keeping a close eye that both sides get a fair deal and open the way for future business. Ifan doesn't take side in martial conflicts. They only seem to care when it comes to the destructions of grand works of art or architecture. After all, what use is crafting a sword that never sees battle? Likely followers, craftsfolk, merchants, tradesmen, people who might follow Ifan, those with a great passion for their work and intensity and willpower to follow through on it until the end.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's perfect.
Good? Alright. Aureus.
Symbols. We didn't do,
symbols. Oh, yeah, we didn't do symbols or titles.
Yeah.
So titles, I mean, the obvious one is like, the Golem. Yeah. Maybe like the Tireless.
I'm trying to think like craftsman, but what's like a higher form of craftsman? The Artificer.
The Artificer. Yeah, I like that. Artificer. Yeah.
Nice.
Symbols. Hammer.
Yeah. Hammer.
Forge hammer.
Yeah.
Hammer. Forge. Anvil.
Yeah. Do we want to do coin?
Coin shouldn't be a symbol though. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, if there's an anvil hanging outside your shop, you know it's like Ifan related. You know what I mean? Or blacksmithing related, I guess. But like, you know, it's Ifan related. Actually, I kind of want to go more specific. Can I like take this a little more specific and go like anvil with a forge hammer emblazoned
Okay, so like that.
upon it. Yep. That way, we're not just getting like a simple object. We're getting like an object with a symbol.
Yeah.
Which is like way more specific and will call directly to Ifan rather than like it could be anything to do with that craft. You know what I mean?
Also, that's good because the coins we have, the Kelyar gold has like an anvil on it.
Oh, yeah?
So an anvil without a hammer on it is good.
Okay, well there you go.
Because then it's not like, yeah, we worship, like everyone worships.
Everyone worships Ifan, yeah. Our coins are their symbol emblazoned on it.
So I'm just trying to think of like a symbol that kind of refers to like, because he's almost like a muse in a lot of ways.
Sure.
I'm just trying to think like a way we could so creative prosperity and like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what physical thing. And chat, feel free to like throw suggestions. By the way, we're not trying to discount you. I know it's early in the morning and everybody's like, what do we?
So if I was a muse god.
If I was a muse god, I mean the first thing that comes to my mind is like a harp, but it's not suitable. Because like nothing we have about this character is like gentle. It's like very.
Is there like do this? You know,
yeah,
like eureka moments. Like I could see people waking up from like veiled.
Yeah, like dreams of me like
I know how to do.
Shit, I know. Yeah. Corvosaurus is lightning, as in a strike of inspiration.
But that might.
That may be the storm god that we're gonna write, who doesn't exist yet, but I'm excited to see.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You know what? This one's a bit more difficult. Maybe let's work on some other ones.
We'll move. We'll come back. We'll come back.
Yeah, totally. Okay, Orias. Also, this one. Yes. All the S.
You like Orias?
When I read the description, I was just like, and all like the oaths open ending from his heart. It's like,
I'm
that's
glad
so good.
I'm glad you like him. Because this made me think like, oh, you want like Roland.
This was kind of like the knightly god, yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. We don't need angels with blazing eyes and stuff.
No, like I didn't think like a plate-clad warrior of justice was particularly interesting.
Yeah. No, this is much better.
Some high fantasy light bulb.
What would that look like? Like a limelight, like
just like a fire.
A fire in a cup or a mug or something.
Titles.
Yeah.
The Counselor.
Yeah, the Counselor. The Oath Sworn.
Promise Keeper.
Sure. Yeah. So I was thinking we could just put appearing as a male human, just so.
I said male sovereign because like I figured you'd want specifically, because you got your sub races, right? You're male human.
Yeah, I was thinking just more general, because like the goddesses at the beta 1, none of them were exactly Virden.
That's true.
They were just elves. So
Alright,
the only ones that are really
male human. Yeah. There you
go.
Symbols, by the way.
Oh, symbols. His would probably be
Scroll.
Scroll. Yeah.
Scroll. Wrapped tightly. With a cord around it.
Sure.
Something like that.
Maybe like the like a heart, but with like
writing around it, like indiscernible writing. A heart, with writing around it in a circle. Yeah.
Cool. That works.
Okay, so physical description. Often appearing as a human male dressed in soldier's attire or servant's garb, humble in posture and soft in voice, and often appears very tired. Many tiny scrolls of black script run across his skin, emanating from his heart, covering his entire body, save his face and hands. Though you'd never know it with how he's often dressed. It said the script is every binding oath that Aureus himself has ever sworn.
I was thinking we could add a little part to that.
Yeah.
It could be like every binding oath that Aureus or his servants has
Or
ever
his
sworn.
servants, yeah. Or Aureus or his servants
or maybe,
have ever sworn.
Or would it be more compelling if it's like maybe not his servants, but maybe like every oath sworn in his name, and he will track those down.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, by Orias's name, we will slaughter those children.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, yep, nope, we're gonna deal with this.
Said the descripts every binding oath that has ever been sworn in Arias's name.
Yeah.
That has ever been sworn in Arias's name.
So that way, it's definitely like oracles might show up at your doorstep if you're like, so I heard you've been saying some shit.
Yeah, I heard you've been talking shit.
Yeah, about that oath you swore.
Yeah, are you gonna follow through on that?
Yeah, you're gonna kill those children.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really go for the valor or the truth, or, but it's not about whether it's a good oath or not. It's about whether you follow through on it. So evil people could definitely swear to Aureus and be like, I will murder this whole village in the name of Aureus. I swear that I'll do it. But it's more about whether you do it or not.
Yeah.
If one child escapes, you haven't finished your oath.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I know it's good because now he's like he's gray at that point.
It's a little more neutral.
Like off the top.
I mean, I tried not to write any of them as particularly good or bad.
Well, that's the way I like it. I don't like labeling gods as like light or
and
dark.
I agree with you. The whole light or dark thing is. Whew!
Yeah, well,
it's not great.
Yeah. Well, you look at it at like real world religion. You look at like we'll take Christianity, right?
Sure.
Like to some people, it's like it makes them a better person. It makes them the Ten Commandments, like as a way to live life. You have those, but then you also look at like the Crusades, or it's like complete contradictions. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's, so it depends how you interpret them. It's based on the individual person. Yeah. So you could have a horrible person being like, I am oath sworn to do all this stuff.
to eradicate life from Earth.
Yeah,
like from Bela.
Exactly, like lawful evil and lawful good could both fall.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, did you get around to slaughtering that village? Yeah, exactly.
Waiting. Right. I got this on my foot written here.
It's been a little while, yeah.
Yeah.
So powers and domain you already know because you gave them to me.
Yeah.
Overview. Right. Aureus is not a judge so much as he is a counselor or a mediator, whether that be between gods or other terribly powerful beings or much humbler circumstances. Aureus understands that his duty is to be present for these things. He's known to appear before battle, offering reassuring words to those who are about to put their lives on the line for their people or their lords, to calm those who feel conflicted, to inspire confidence in those who are sure of their path. It's impossible to lie to Aureus. When you're in his presence, you're reminded unconsciously of every promise you've ever made.
Yeah, I like that.
In battle, Aureus manifests a shield of light that can take any shape he pleases. It acts automatically and without his direction to defend those who deserve it. His weapon is an iron brand that he uses to mark those who have broken their oaths or been disloyal, for it is about them living with their dishonor. Aureus believes that death is too easy, and it's said that those with the mark have been cursed to speak only truth for the rest of their lives.
Love it.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah. Ooh, that could be a really cool thing for oracles to carry around.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Yeah. You have been touched by Aureus. Yeah. As an oath breaker.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. For symbols, we should put shield, since he has the shield of light.
Yeah.
Like a white shield or something.
White shield.
Do you want anything on it, or just a white shield?
No, I think simple is good.
Okay, cool.
So likely servants, or likely followers, sorry. Soldiers, knights, servants, people who have sworn binding oaths, use contracts in their work, or who dedicate themselves to a person or idea in a fiercely loyal manner will find themselves comfortable with Aureus.
I like that.
I added use contracts in their work because it felt to me like a bounty hunter might, or like a mercenary might be very Aureus focused, because it's like, well, you said you were gonna pay me this, you know, like you know, or like even merchants, you know what I mean, where it's like
messengers,
you make promises.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot. I love how it's just so anyone, you know, like
I mean, it's about promises. Like anybody can make one. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
And also another thing too, like one thing I want with this world is also to make it like we definitely have like oracles and people who can be like monotheistic, like worship one god, but it's very.
But you really want to pay attention to most of them.
Yeah. Like polytheism is very possible, because you could be like, you know.
Well, and the great thing about that, and the thing I really like about it in terms of like the way that the gods work in this game, is that you have no class that is like, you're definitively like, I mean, the oracle like has a little bit of it, but like there's no like, you must strive to become a champion of X, you know what I mean, or whatever. This really, because that really annoys me, because what it does is it makes that the end game, which means that those beings are the things that people focus on, and only one at a time. Because if you don't focus on one at a time, you'll never succeed in being the prestige class. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even like with Oracle too, like it's like you choose one at the beginning, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are.
I mean, you don't
have to like that.
Yeah,
god.
you don't have to.
Like it could be.
I mean, like we said, you could be an oathbreaker touched by Aureus, like directly, who can only speak truth for the rest of their lives, and like that's where your power comes from.
Now it's a redemption
like,
story.
Yeah, it's like a divine thing.
Yeah, so that's. I like having that openness, but
well,
it's
I mean, and I like that if you want to be an oracle that doesn't have anything to do with the gods, you can totally do that too.
Oh yeah, to be like, I heal this guy, because one of the options we have for oracle is unknown. Yeah. You're like, I don't know who gives me my power, but I got power.
I do it.
It's like I heal you.
That's my favorite one, because then you can be like, I know who gives you your power.
Yeah, it gives us a lot of.
And then just like story ruin them later. It's my favorite.
You know how you hate this one god? Yeah. He's the one that gives you power.
He's the one that gives you power.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a pacifist? It's too bad it's Crayon.
He wants you to fight.
He drives you to fight. Okay. So prayer we'll skip. Before Aura.
Okay, so yeah, Aura. She is our
Cassandra.
Model / knight / Kale. Yeah. So
she's like a Cassandra Kale. That's the way I read her. And I'm like, how do you do both of those things? I like, by the way, that you don't have any of the gods that are like just good stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like this is very close to just good stuff, like beauty, mercy, peace, justice, redemption, love. But justice is very maybe not good.
Yeah, like that tips the scales.
Yeah. And because one of the things that really frustrates me, and like I keep bringing Underworld up as a comparison, but it's like an easy comparison with the things that we know, right? Like, and we both know them very well.
Yeah, totally.
The thing that irritates me about Cassandra, for example, is they're the pacifist light god. They're the only woman. That really pisses me off. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so Kale and Roland get to like do smiting in the name of goodness, but Cassandra, even bad people, she has to take care of them.
Yeah, like.
Now, fuck that.
Yeah.
Even though I have a Cassandra follower. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It annoys me. Justice is frequently retribution. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, so what I have is, here's the gorgeous Yellen lady dressed in loose flowing silks. To look upon her is to know you have seen the most beautiful thing you have ever and will ever see. She is like a work of art. Her presence serene and calming. Yeah. In her right hand, she holds a plain but very well-maintained longsword. A simple implement that most hardly even notice, considering how spectacular the rest of her appears.
Yeah, I like that humbleness.
Yeah, it's not like a fancy weapon. It's like, but it is perfect because I referenced that like Ifan made it in the Ifan section.
It might be. Can you? In Rider Children's playing very well. So maybe just the thing that just came to my head was it is as perfect as she is. I was like,
yeah.
Like not a single ding mars its edge. You know, like
it is. Yeah, it is as perfect as she is. Simple and implement. Hardly even notice. Yeah, good.
Cool. Yeah. So beauty, mercy, peace, justice, redemption.
Excuse
love.
me.
Yeah. Also, just another thing while we're on power and domains, like I like how like the demons are for the obvious kind of like because they kind of like the power domains like lap over.
Well, and the other thing about the demons, right, is that they are the creatures that have survived thousands and thousands of battles by perfecting exactly what they know they can do better than anyone else. So it's one of those things where they usually have like one or two, rather than like the gods sort of like expansive.
Vigorously hug them!
I knew I was busy this month. Did I really not post
Mr. Worst, thank you for the sub. Welcome back for 23 months in a row. Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So like the resplendent and
well, like if we go
aura
over to
have like that. Because it's both
we go to the resplendent decay and
vanity and beauty are very.
Well, vanity comes up in rain as well. Rain has vanity.
Yeah, totally. So I like how we have that, like, you know, maybe if aura isn't listening to your prayers, maybe resplendent will. Yeah, so I think that's a lot of, or even
intercept them from each other, right?
Yeah.
Like where it's like, oh, you're thinking about this. Oh, okay. Well, you know, you want to be visited by aura, but who you'll really be visited by is the resplendent.
Exactly.
You know,
like and rights too. Like I think that's where it'll come into play. So it's like.
Or it's like you can give it up to whoever, but it's going to cost you different things depending on. Yeah.
So like you need to get into somewhere, but you need to like have like a glamour put upon you, and then is that you know
there's a couple of people you can talk to,
resplendent or you know aura,
or you can be invisible. You know, maybe rain helps you out.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. So if Aureus is the mediator, Aura is the judge. She's well known as being a reasonable and passionate believer in the redemption of those who've done wrong. She's like a loving parent, seeking to make sure her children are on the right path and correcting them when they go astray. She's been known to appear in some exceptional court proceedings, quarrels between lovers, marriage celebrations, and notably roaming battlefields after fierce combats, offering help or mercy to those who need it. I left that open as like...
Or mercy.
Yeah, as like... Sometimes she's just walking around a battlefield looking perfect and serene and stabbing people. Yeah.
Help me, you got it.
Aura abhors direct combat. When threatened, she's more than capable of defending herself with her sword, delivering immediate justice to those who would attempt to harm her. She's precise, swift, and often works to incapacitate rather than kill.
Like that. Yeah, mercy, yeah, that's good.
Likely followers, young lovers, parents, artists, adjudicators all find themselves easily in the worship of Aura. Those with authority who want to make sure that it is fair and peaceful, some doctors even, have been known to follow Aura.
Nice. That's awesome.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah. Love it.
Onwards. Rain. Titles.
The Hunter.
Yeah, of course. Stupid bold. The Hunter. She of sharp teeth.
The Predator, maybe, or
the Predator.
The Hunter or the Predator, or is that?
I like the Hunter better, but the Predator's too. It's immediately infernal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
I can't even write it. Yeah. Yeah. Because if she's the Predator, I'm immediately thinking that like noise. You know, the Predator sound noise. Yeah.
Okay. So the Hunter, she of sharp teeth, and like. Or it's better, the Hunter or the Stalker?
I like the Hunter.
Okay.
It's very simple and it's like very direct.
Okay.
Courage, vanity, the Alpha or the Apex.
Ooh, the Apex. I like that a lot.
The Apex is good.
I was gonna try to think of like, you know how like
no,
she's very much
totally
like
right, Jay.
Like a Hercules kind of character, like, with the different labors.
Yeah.
So it's like go kill the Lion of Numenor and do all this. That's very much like who I see her as.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's definitely like the flip up the wolf.
The wolf hide, yeah.
Yeah.
So symbols.
Spear, I would say is the top one.
Bloody spear.
Yeah.
Bloody spear. A blood spear. No, a bloody spear. I really think that's okay. I don't even think we need another one.
Simple. Yeah.
Well, because she's vain, so she wouldn't want her her triumphs to be mistaken for anything else. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if I have one symbol, everyone will know that that's my symbol. Whereas if I have multiple, then it could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
Or it might get mixed up with someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I like it. Also, another cool thing I was going to mention to you, I don't know if I did before, but all the symbols we do, I'm going to pass them off to a 3D artist. Yeah. And then we can 3D print these.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So at game, it can be like, hey, you want to be a rain follower?
Yeah, I got a thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, physically, I said Rain often appears as a statuesque unbroken with red flowing hair, hunting spear in hand. She wears what someone calls savage attire, hides and pelts from previous hunts draped around her, and a giant wolf hide over her head and back. Multitudes of necklaces and bracelets made from strings of teeth and other trophies of bone adorn her, and yet she can move silently when necessary. A hunting horn hangs from her belt. It's said to call to her aid the spirits of every creature she's ever killed.
I really like that.
So
it's
hunt, courage, vanity.
Familiar in a bag.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, but like familiar in a bag, but like hoard in a bag too if she wants. Because like if you think about all the trophies she's wearing, it's just like everyone come help.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just.
And that could be a thing too. Like it might not be. It would be a stampede, but it's also like she only hunts the most dangerous things.
Well,
so
exactly.
Like squirrels popping out. It's like here's this giant wolf.
Like Tyrannosaurus Rex equivalent times 1,000,000.
Yeah.
So hunt, courage, and vanity. And the overview it's probably the longest overview I think because I went over a bunch of stuff where I was like, she's kind of cool. Rain's. Oh. Why would the creature she killed help her? Magic. She's a god.
Yeah. By slaying them, she basically.
She triumphs over them.
Broken them.
Breaks their will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their spirits will.
Yep. They do what she says. Rain's only ever seen by those who want to see her, and she never deigns to visit places of civilization, preferring to keep to the woodlands and other such places where she feels she holds authority. She's said to be the only one to ever draw blood from Creon, and keeps one of his teeth close to her on a string hanging from her spear.
Can you just go up? Can you go woodlands and wastelands?
Woodlands and wastelands?
Yeah, because like the
woodlands
ash wastes to the east are going to be like
wastelands.
The most
and other such places.
The dangerous place, or like the north is a wasteland as well.
You got it. So preferring to keep to the woodlands, wastelands, and other such places she feels she holds authority. I don't agree on, blah, blah, blah. She's known to stalk those who hunt in her lands, watching and waiting to see what happens. Those who follow her don't often even know that she's been there for them, but they believe in her watchful eye. Rain is always on the lookout for a challenge. She's hunted at least one of every of the most dangerous mortal beasts, and some immortal. Back during the Demon War, she was particularly active in their demise and despises the current situation of tense peace.
I like that.
I don't know if that's possible, but I just imagine her as the kind of person who's like, oh, these things are getting stronger as I kill them. I'm going to kill all of them.
Well, she wants to kill, yeah. No, I like that a lot. Because it's like, well, that's an interesting thing, though, because...
Each one stronger than the last.
Well, because they never really die. Like, when she blows her horn, she wouldn't be able to summon one of the demons. But it's basically, what pisses her off.
Yeah.
Is because she can't claim...
because they're gone
claim
afterwards.
The demons because she needs to kill the last one.
Yeah, and once she kills the last one, then she's got all of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Just so everyone knows, the demons in Chronicles were kind of like Highlander.
Yeah, there's like a Highlander thing going on.
So in the beginning there was Legion, but as they started, they were really easy to kill, and as they died off, their power kind of like.
And then they started killing each other.
Yeah. So now there's like 5 left. So from 1,000,000 down to 5, all that power is concealed in 5. So actually, that works really good.
I think it's pretty good. She seems like the kind of person who'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill him anyway.
She wants the Fury, pretty much. Like, he's the most dangerous of them.
Well, yeah, he's like super dangerous and super primal. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I'll take you down. I'll take anyone down.
Yeah. It could be cool also to mention dangerous mortal beasts and some immortal. We could say that she goes hunting in the Vale a lot too, looking for like the beasts you can't even imagine.
In the Vale.
Yeah.
Killing beasts. Beasts of horrid imagination.
Yeah. Vale, V-A.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No worries. Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That gives like a definite she's probably the one most against the demons.
Oh, 100%. That was my thought, was like, everybody else is kind of like, all right, they don't bother me, I don't bother them. Fuck it. Like, if they get in my face, I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But I can't kill them because I'll make them stronger. Whereas she's like, no, I want to kill them. Like,
I got a list right here.
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So Rain can communicate with any creature. All living things understand her voice when infrequently she chooses to speak.
Nice.
The wolf hide she wears is from a slain demonic foe. It grants her the power of complete invisibility when she desires it. Her quarry never sees her coming.
Oh my god. You know what we could do?
What?
We could say she tore it off the Fury. Because we wanted him to make him like a giant kind of like bestial thing.
Well, then let's say from a defeated demonic foe. And keep it vague, but then later on we can reveal...
That she got hold of the Fury, yeah.
She's tangled with the Fury before. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Grants her the power of complete invisibility when she desires it. Her quarry never sees her coming.
Okay, that makes even more sense. Oh my god, that's so cool, actually. Because
the Fury can't be invisible.
Imagine if the Fury was invisible before, and she found him, ripped his friggin' like skin
ripped
off,
his skin
and
off.
now she can become invisible, and so that's why he was able to be captured.
Yeah. Yeah, there you
Great,
go.
I love it.
Done it. Done it. Her spear also possesses unnerving accuracy. When thrown, it always strikes the target she desires and snaps back to her hand as if by magic.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine it being like Thor's hammer, you know, where you throw it and then it comes back. It's more like you throw it, it hits, and it's immediately back in her hand before, like, it doesn't travel space. You know what I mean?
It's just an instant.
Yeah. So Rain's spear has been stolen or taken a number of times, but every time without fail, she's made that thief her next target.
I like that. Just kind of like, hey, you know how to take it.
Yeah, like, look at this.
Yeah.
Take it. I fucking dare you. You know, like that kind of stuff. It's like, it's been stolen, but it's been stolen because she wants it to be stolen, so that she can hunt whoever takes it.
Exactly.
Okay, so likely followers, hunters and glory seekers, trophy collectors, and those with tales to tell of grand conquests. Those who find themselves at home in savage lands with the sword who might follow Rain.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's what I got. Creod.
The fighter.
Creod, the war god.
Maybe she can choose if it travels space because then it can use as a weapon if need be.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I left it vague, but the way I imagine it is different from the way somebody else might imagine it. It's one of those things that's like, imagine if you could just throw something, and then throw another thing, and then throw another thing, like and they all hit directly, and maybe there's more of them, and then suddenly they're one thing again. You know, it's like...
Almost like, if you took League, like, what's her name? The Huntress?
Oh, yeah.
Or like a barbarian.
No, you're talking about like Callista, right? With the spirit spears.
Yeah. Callista, or like it would almost look like in Diablo, like Amazon throwing her spears. Just calling like machine gun spears. Yeah. Then everyone's like, "Where's these spears coming from?"
Where are you getting those? Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Creod. Titles for Creod.
Warbringer or Warlord.
Warbringer's better. Warbringer.
I was gonna say undefeated, but that's not right.
That's not true.
The Conquer.
The Blooded. Because slaying.
Yeah, totally.
The Blooded.
Yeah, Blooded is. That's right. Warlord. I think Warbringer kind of.
Warbringer, we've already got. Yeah, Warlord. Yeah. Warlord's too similar.
The Unstoppable. Just some?
The Unstoppable. I like it.
Cool.
Symbols.
Yeah,
Nax.
I was going to say, do like the crossed axes?
Crossed axes.
That works. I think on our coins, actually, one of the symbols is crossed axes.
Oh, nice. That works. Good.
And if he's core, too, that works perfectly.
Yeah, he is core.
Crossed axes.
Anything else?
Do you want to do like a
red flag, black axe,
like a tusky grin or something like that?
Like
almost if you're looking at a core, it's like their
the
bottom
lower
drop.
half, yeah. Tusk-filled smile.
Or you said black flag and red.
I thought like either red flag, black axe, or black flag, red axe.
Let's go black flag.
Black flag, red axe.
Yeah. Just to show like black axe and
red axe. Yeah.
Cool.
Also, the blood imagery is fantastic because Rain also has blood, a bloody spear. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's your blood, asshole.
Nice. Vein. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
physical description. The Warlord, the Carnage. Yeah, that's not bad.
I like that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Physical description. Kriad takes the appearance of a full-blooded core covered in all sorts of tribal markings and savage-looking armor that seems almost bolted onto him. He wields a fierce-looking axe that he swings with both hands. When swung, it is said to rend the very air around him. He's aggressive and confident, sure of his might and power, taking any challenge head-on. To meet his gaze is to wither in fear of his ferocity, though there is almost a cold calculation to be found within.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Anything there that we want to go over?
I was thinking, yeah, full blood core. There's, I almost wonder if we should do that. There was talk at one time about almost having a third core origin called True Blood, where you're just like spikes everywhere, but and just like scaly, like you're hugely.
I mean, I think the armor and stuff is like well enough for that.
Yeah.
Because it is like, it's not like he's wearing it. It's like it's part of him. You know what I mean?
Bolted on.
Yeah.
I would say appearance of a full blood core. I would almost put just like he is just like everything a core is. He is like more like like he
full
is
blood
like
core, but everything a core is
exemplified or magnified.
Is magnified in him.
Yeah. So it's like bigger tusks, bigger spikes, more armor, like
covered
more
in all
natural
sorts
armor.
of tribal markings. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Aggressive and confident, sure of his might and power, any challenge head on, whether in fear. So that's like the whole, like, even if he looks at you, you probably shit your pants. Yeah. That kind of stuff. So strength, war, destruction, conquest, and power. Overview. I always imagine Kriad and the Ironclad have a really nasty relationship.
They're always like...
yeah.
Whenever Kriad's had to fight, the other guy is probably there too, just because they're a match for each other. I would say.
I actually may change some stuff because I also said he bested the Fury, but we'll save that for
we'll save that for
Rain.
Yeah.
So Kriad leads from the front. Wherever there's conflict, Kriad thrives. Everything falls the way he plans, and his accuracy and skills are unerring. Some may believe he's a savage murderer, but it's well known to the followers that Kriad does not go about things on impulse. It's been said that some of his followers have heard a voice in their ear during combat, a gruff, growling voice that offered advice that led them to victory. Whether a simple strike now or a drawn-out plan to offer a general, Kriad grants his followers success in martial endeavors. In single combat, he is unstoppable. The god that's come into direct conflict with the Ironclad, and... Okay, we'll change this. Direct conflict with the Ironclad.
Do we want to go so far as say like Ilu?
And Ilu. We could.
We could say that like those two threw down during the like before at the we can just make another instance like at the breach or
definitely.
just like Ilu him popped up, was like, let's do this.
God has come into direct conflict with the Ironclad and Ilu in his time and is bested both handily. That's what I said. No injury appears to stick to him, and mortal weapons bounce off like child's playthings. Those who refuse to fall in line with Kriad find themselves under his iron boot heel. He brooks no mercy for those who do not surrender unconditionally. He expects the same from those who follow him, and he has been known to dispatch of those whose hearts are too soft. Warlords, generals, those who feel the heat of battle, those whose hearts beat for war, will find themselves at home in the armies of Kriad.
And again, polytheistic. You're going to a fight, you can pray to Kriad.
Exactly. Be like, Kriad bless me.
Yeah.
For those of you just coming in, this is Will. He is the writer and like general person around all of the Chronicles, everything. So we're going over like the gods and all that stuff that I wrote a little while back. And like he actually has the authority to tell me whether it'll stick or not at this point. So it's like it's easier to sort of go over it together. So we thought we'd do a stream, and here we are. So there you go.
Yeah.
Feel free to give your input as always, chat. Cool. All right. So, are we solid there? You think?
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, he's easy, right? He's easy. No problem there. Yeah. Quav was the hardest one to write.
Oh yeah. So, Cove is how we went.
Okay.
So,
Cove. Yeah.
Cove, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, so with a lot of the gods, like when I was doing all my research and like how to best kind of like fill out these powers and demands, there's one basically almost like. Not like a sin eater that I wanted, but kind of like I am feeling terrible misery. I want someone
to take that from me.
Take away that pain. So she's essentially like the person that does that.
Yeah.
Or the entity rather.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So I think what you wrote is like.
I'm glad you like it.
You hit it on the head. Yeah.
Titles.
So, First one that came to mind was Sorrow Weaver, but that has a totally different connotation.
I don't like that. The Inconsolable.
Oh, I do want like one where it's kind of like she takes the pain. Painkiller. No.
Painkiller.
Now I got that image of that old. There used to be
the game. The video game. Yeah.
Black veil and 2 guns. Yeah.
The sad friend. Yeah.
Inconsolable.
I mean, you could say the Misery Eater.
This was like Grief Claimer or something like that.
The Grief Claimer. I like that.
Inconsolable, the Grief Claimer.
I like titles with the. I don't know if you've noticed. My demons are all the.
Well, that's what I like though, because it's not a name; it's a title. Do you want to do something like just kind of like the Woman in Black?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good.
Because that's like the mysterious kind of
symbols.
Yeah.
Dramatic sad face.
Oh, that's why people that could be. So one thing I love about God stuff too is like I love how we can kind of course, make things for people to follow, but also kind of solve why things happen. Kind of like the way religion used to do, or it still does.
Yeah.
But like the reason why people wear black during funerals is because like she set the standard.
So the symbols, dramatic sad face mask, of course.
Do you want to do like tears or something like that, or just like?
It's hard to represent because it's just like a blob, right? Dramatic sad face mask or
a veiled face.
I like that.
So it's almost just kind of like
face. Like you can see the like lips or whatever of this face, just like the eyes are all covered with like a veil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. If she sets the standard, you could change the color. Yeah, but I like it. Black is a good color.
Yeah, as you can tell, I like black a lot.
Me too, I guess. Cool. I don't think we need like a lot of symbols.
No.
Physical description. Quava appears as a human woman of some sort, though her face is always obscured by a black veil. It's difficult to determine precisely what race she is. She wears clothing always in black, and when she wishes to make herself appropriately noticeable, she adorns herself with a cloak of black feathers. Often when nearby to her, you can hear her sobbing, quiet and constant sound, as if she has lost a loved one or is about to deliver some terrible news.
Actually, maybe one of the Sims could be a raven.
Yeah. That's good, actually. I like that.
Or like the crow kind of.
Now that I've read the, Raven. Yeah, I like it. Terrible news. Powers domain, misery, sorrow, misfortune, and grief. And then the overview is, Kov's presence is undoubtedly dangerous. Things around her tend to go wrong, as if she's possessed of some aura of misfortune or ill tiding. Statues of her are often found in graveyards or memorable places of great tragedy. Often these depictions are frequented by crows, and it's considered terrible luck to walk under them.
Should we change it to raven, or should we change
we'll change this to crow.
That works, yeah. Cool. Okay. So she's almost like the angel of death in a way?
A little bit, yeah. Carve herself rarely makes appearances. She knows she brings with her sorrow and misfortune, and she lets those things weigh upon her shoulders so that those who are mortal can cast them aside and she can gather them up. Best practice is to leave Quab to her own devices. I'm still saying it the wrong way anyway. Cove, to her own devices. She's not one to be engaged for long, and her eyes upon you signal only further anguish. She has very few constant followers, and those in the depths of despair often turn to her, hoping to have their sorrow lifted and added to her shadowy cloak. To try and engage Cove in combat is a foolish endeavor. Anything you try will fail. Anything you do will go wrong in the most horrendous way. She's never had to move out of the way of anything, and she carries no weapon.
Could we add a line there?
Yeah.
Her pain is greater than anything you could inflict upon her.
Yeah. Her pain is greater than anything you could inflict upon her. Yep. Cove is only said to have ever smiled once. Like
when was that?
Yeah. I like adding stuff like that because it creates the possibility for a story that relates to it.
Totally. There could be, well, that's when you add something like that, then Oracle could be like, when I was born, the only time. Yeah.
And I keep the grief within me as she does.
Yeah. No, I like that. That definitely gives, because I plan eventually just writing more and more just stories and just like, like whatnot. So stuff like that adds a lot to it.
Okay. Mourners, undertakers, those in the depths of despair will find succor. Will find succor in Quove's. In Quove's presence. All right, and then prayer we haven't done, obviously, because we haven't done it for any of them. The twins.
Twins. All right.
The twins.
So, funny story about the twins. I put that down as a placeholder name, and I love that you just ran with it and made it so awesome.
Yeah. Twins, mischief.
Yeah, mischief incarnate.
Makers. Sly devils.
I almost want to make it like something about grins or like.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like the. Like, infuriating. Smile.
There you go. Yeah. It's just like. Oh.
Symbols. Oh, you got a phone?
No, I'm good. No.
Symbols.
One I had was just kind of like, I don't know if it works at all, but it was kind of like almost like a silhouette, but it's like a silhouette with like two behind it almost. So
oh
it's
yeah,
like three.
It's like three people. It'd be hard to make.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like that.
Could just do a smile, just like almost like like the Joker just has like
too close to the
like
Tusky
the,
grid.
Oh, the Creod one. Well, they are luck and lies and price.
Dice.
I was thinking dice.
A die.
Yeah.
Or a coin. Coin on its side.
So like standing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like little diagonal, you know what I mean? So you can kind of see.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
A coin or a die. Yeah, that works.
Hey, Ethan Rain, how's it going? Okay. Physical description.
Okay.
The twins often appear as young fjord boys or older Oslan men. Messy hair, dirty faces, and generally a little disheveled as if they just finished wrestling. Truth be told, the twins can appear as anything or anyone. They're tricky like that. Sly smiles and knowing glances to each other often mark any interaction with the twins. A glint in their eyes as if mischief isn't far behind. Lies, pranks, and luck. Yeah. Overview. Twins enjoy chaos and disarray. Anywhere that seems too ordered, too structured, could receive a visit from the twins. They're just as likely to topple a political regime through lies and backstabbing as they are to push a servant down the stairs. No mischief too big or too small. They always seem to get away with it by the skin of their teeth as well. It's said that once they planted Rain's spear under the bed of a hapless pig farmer. The real secret to the twins is how they're often in more places at once than it seems possible for them to be. It's because there's actually 3 of them. Their name being the biggest lie of all.
That's my favorite.
That was Chad. Chad came up with that.
You are awesome, Chad.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. The twins can be found in all sorts of dens of iniquity, playing games of chance, and not even having to cheat, such as their luck. The twins have started many bar fights in their time, and they don't take the accusations very well. In a fight, it'd be impossible to catch any of them. They seem to move with unnatural speed and self-assurance. You've lost before it started, and they're beating you in the most embarrassing way you could imagine.
Yeah. Stop hitting yourself. Stop.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Likely followers, gamblers, thieves, charlatans, actors, ne'er-do-wells, and anyone who thinks they're infallible is likely to be comfortable following the twins.
Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
And then we're on to
yeah, someone gave us a link for a
good symbol. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, like the face vase.
Oh, I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No, my brain took a second to click in there. It's like,
why is it a vase?
Yeah. This looks like a fancy candle holder.
Face slash vase. Optical illusion.
Yeah.
There. Added in there. So now we're down to the empty templates.
Cool. Okay. So which one would you like to work on first? We have the animus.
We got the like animus one or the like primal one. And when you say the primal storm, are we talking about like the elemental god, or are we talking about like the sea and storms?
I was thinking we could kind of mix them all together.
Okay.
Make kind of like a
the primal god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So kind of like, yeah.
Pantsing you during a fight. Yes, that is a twin strategy.
Pantsing and then like pushing you over one who's like
behind the other one. Yeah.
Comical is what.
And the third one is like situated in a position where when you fall backwards, he can lean over and be like. Mm. Yeah.
He's ready to teabag. Right?
Yeah, exactly. He's right there.
Yeah.
So, let's start with names.
Okay. Should we do the animus?
Yeah, we can do the animus.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Okay, so the idea behind this god is it kind of gives us like the animal god, or like
the god of beasts.
Yeah, I was thinking the god of beasts, animals.
Actually, domains would be a good place to start.
Actually, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so probably like animals.
I'm gonna say beasts.
Beast that works. I wouldn't want to say so like. Rain is like the hunt, and
Rain is the hunt,
Yova,
and courage and vanity.
Yova is kind of like nature and whatnot, so I don't know if we want to dive too much into.
So beasts, savage, and maybe animal style god, as in it is cooked in mustard. Damn it, Alchemy and Ink.
That's funny. Okay, the beast, the savage. I was trying to think like nature resplendent. Wild Mother. We have another elder god, Yova, that kind of.
They're like creation.
She's like nature creation. She's kind of like the Gaia figure.
We don't have to give them a lot of domains. Even just the beast and the savage is pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like we need one more though.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll just dive in. So the idea I had behind this god is kind of, in media, when you see something like there's like like the white stag or like the alpha wolf, it's always kind of like it's there to defend animals, like it's always there to represent animals. So or like what's that one anime? Oh my god.
Princess Mononoke.
Yes, that one. When you see like the boar is one version of it, and then like the stag with the face, like things like that. Like it represents nature. So like Rain in this one would not get along because it's like I want to kill you. And it's like no.
I really want to kill you. Yeah. So the beast, savage. Mr. Roar says instinct.
The word I'm kind of thinking of is like almost nobility in a way, but like savage nobility. Yeah. If that makes sense, like kind of like.
I almost like giving this one nobility. Honestly, just like nobility is the thing.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. Because it creates conflict in the terms, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like the beast, the savage, nobility. Like, to some people that will make no sense, and I want them to have to think about it.
Yeah. When you think of like alpha or apex,
definitely,
like things like that, and even like when you like Princess Mononoke, for example, you like when that stag walks in, everyone's just in awe, and you're just like, wow, what is that?
Yeah, it's like majesty.
Yes, perfect term.
Maybe that instead.
Nobility, majesty. I was gonna say the titles. We could put like majesty.
The majestic.
Majestic, yeah.
Do we have a name for this god? Have you named them?
Not yet.
Because that's the worst. That's the worst part for me.
Okay,
that's why I didn't do the ones you haven't named, because I didn't want to be like, Steve.
Steve the Animus.
Steve the Beast God.
Okay, so usually I have like a crazy kind of filter thing I do for them. Might not be able to do it here. But
okay.
How about we just put like a working name?
You want to put like placeholder, like Animus?
Yeah.
Animus. All right. There.
Yeah, like most of these I usually go for like a different language of a word that kind of fits like the power domain, and then I kind of like make it sound cool and add apostrophes. Yeah. It's just like fantasy. So titles.
Elf implying Steve Irwin isn't the god of beasts.
Now you see this?
Civilized worshippers of this god to be super interesting. I feel like you get real social Darwinist nobles.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Steve Irwin and Darwin totally be like, yeah.
Titles. The Majestic.
Yes. The Wild.
The Wild.
Yeah.
Jeff, the god of biscuits.
I almost want to say like the Many, just because it is like all animals.
The multitude.
Animal. Yeah. Nice.
Symbols.
The paw, maybe? Paw or hoof?
Paw print. Yeah. Or hoof print. Something like that.
Because I wouldn't want to get too distinct with like animal heads or faces.
No, I agree. Physical description.
I would almost say there is none. It's just that there's many.
The great thing about the Animus is that they appear as many.
Let's say
The noble stag, the fierce wolf, the shy rabbit.
could be whenever like
All are possible for the Animus.
It's actually really cool. Actually, just now that I'm thinking about it, because we have 3 different divine beings that can be anything and like almost anything.
But I love that because you want to read symbols where there necessarily aren't any. You know what I mean? Rather than the opposite, where it's like, this is a clear symbol of the divine. You know what I mean? Like, where it's like, the way that stag looked at me before I shot it, I felt grief in my heart for having done so. You know, like that kind of shit.
Or just like that moment, like at LARP, even when you're just like doing stuff and like a rabbit jumps in, it's like.
That's why I added like a small thing.
Cool. So yeah, the idea about them, I would say. Now, do we like with them? We should make a kind of a distinction. Do we make them like almost like a passive god, or I would say kind of like they're both passive and they're kind of everything at once. Is like they are the stampede, but they're also like just like the curious rabbit.
Yeah.
You know, like
actually, I really like that line.
Yeah.
They are the stampede, but they are also the curious squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm almost thinking it's just like wild and unpredictable. It's just you don't know when you'll like draw its ire. Like it's they could be the thing like say like a.
There is no way to know if you've drawn the eye of the Animus for the animals are all its eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it's almost to me. It's just like you can corner like a wolf into like a corner and it'll like like put its back against the wall, but it's like the Animus is kind of like takes over at one point. It's kind of like that's why it attacks.
Yeah.
Or like normally animals that shouldn't like like the
Schrodinger god. Was the god in the rabbit or was it not? I'll never know as now I'm eating it. Yeah. Pretty much.
And then the wolf comes.
Yeah, and then later on in the night, all of your things are stolen by monkeys.
Yep.
Or something. I don't know.
Oh no, totally. It's. I would definitely say it's like. It's definitely like a nature god, but it's like It understands like like things need to eat. Like it understands.
Yeah, I mean it's the circle of life god, right?
Yeah,
like,
essentially.
Yeah. In more ways than just like I protect all the animals from everything because that doesn't make any sense. The animals eat each other. Yeah.
Oh, we can even do that. Like it's the balance of animals, right?
Yeah.
So it understands when there's too many of one that like it needs to allow that disease or hunters to.
I'm waiting for the overview for that.
Okay.
Do we have anything else for physical description, or are we good with just like it's everything?
I think that's kind of good. Like it's basically.
I mean, me too. Like I don't think
it's almost like the Schrodinger thing is a good way to explain it because it's like it is everything, but it could be nothing at the same time.
So the overview here.
Yeah.
The Animus is a how do we describe them? The Animus is a god of balance. They understand that everyone needs to eat, whether it's the deer eating the grass or the wolves eating the deer. It is a god that does not judge those for pursuing their survival.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. But I would say like retribution, or I would probably work on the balance a little bit more. So
I would say like it is when these things are pursued in the name of vanity or in the name of amusement that it becomes an issue, right? Like
or like poaching, or like for pelts rather than the meat.
I understand everyone needs to eat, whether it's deer, goes for this. God does not just. The issue is when these things are pursued in the name of something that does not respect the prey. Things like poaching for pelts, or trophy hunting, or merely killing helpless things for sport. The animus is unkind to people who do these things. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much like
I feel like there could be a cannibal sect in keeping with the social Darwinist nobles. Everyone needs to eat, plus nobility, plus the savage.
I say, Phineas, this.
Well, everyone needs to eat, so we hunted him.
That's very possible.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah.
The animus is retribution. Often comes in the form of,
when you hear more like animal attacks, like animals wandering town, like
fierce animal attacks.
Yeah.
Attacks. Creatures roaming far from where they're meant to be. Not meant to be. Creatures roaming far from where they're meant to be. And one more thing, because 3 is a good number.
Yeah. Fierce attacks.
Kobold raids.
Could we almost say it's like people being overcome with like savagery?
And people being overcome with savage rage or something, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like
people being overcome with savage rage. I don't like savage rage because it's angry.
Yeah, because we're all animals.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Although that's like...
Rudyard Kipling is a good fit for this god. Imperialist bullshit and all.
Okay, so...
Do we want to mention, like, the Animus and Rain don't get along, or, like, any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Rain has been on a constant hunt for the true center of the Animus for untold amounts of time, because I don't know, like, millennia is too long,
I would
or
say since they're both of their creations.
yeah, center of the Animus since both were created.
Ethan's got a question there.
What is this for? So this is the gods and demons of Chronicles LARP, which is a LARP written by my dear friend here, Will, who I am helping out with the gods and like the religion stuff for. So it's a LARP that's going to be starting in Edmonton fairly soon.
September 1st is our first mini event. We've already had two.
We've had two beta games, yeah, which I played in both of their stories on YouTube. If you want to check them out.
The first real game that's not a test will be September 14th.
September 14th for the first game in Edmonton. So we're just trying to sort of like get our ducks in a row here for some, you know, lore stuff that can go into the world, basically. So that's what it's for. It's for a LARP game. It's the gods and demons of a fantasy system, basically.
Yeah. World building.
Yeah, world building. Rain's been on constant hunt for the true center of the Animus since both were created.
Or since both ascended.
Since both ascended, yeah.
I also want to add the part, kind of like the Animus.
It's always come up fruitless.
One thing I want to add is like the Animus is not only kind of like the retribution, but the Animus is also like the force of balance. So like she is the inflicts the disease. Like to like
it's not
quell the
only
hurt.
the retribution, but also the keeper of balance. They inflict sickness upon overpopulated herds to quell their numbers. They
that works really good for that.
make sure that this is the one you tested when you were playing Fighter, right? Yeah, Isolde. Isolde was in the very first beta game, and then I played Zeal in the second beta game. The only person to survive.
Oh, one of two actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you made it out, but also Tears guy.
Oh, really?
The Fjord that's like, I'm going out in the storm.
Oh, yeah.
He's around.
Okay.
He's crazy as fuck, but he's around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herds to quell their numbers. They make sure that everything remains in check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That could also kind of. Just think about that. You know how like wolves always hunt down the sick,
and the weak. Yeah.
So that could be like
definitely
taken as like animals, kind of like take out those ones.
Likely followers.
I would definitely say like hunters probably, like
Why would hunters follow the animus rather than rain? Conservationists.
I was thinking just like a hunter in a way that's like.
I understand.
Hunting for
I
meat
actually
rather-
understand it, but I wanted to like see if you had an answer to that rather than hunters.
It's a hunter that's there for meat rather than like a survival hunter rather than a.
Let's do that. Survival hunter. Survival hunters.
I don't see like forest folk.
Forest folk, druids.
Yeah.
Forest folk, druids, even some. I need a weird one. You know what I mean? And even some people of
noble hierarchy.
Yeah. Even,
those who respect the wild.
And those who respect the wild.
I just had a thought.
Did you?
Yeah, I had lots of thoughts.
What thought?
I don't know.
I just had a thought, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, I lose thoughts all the time.
Lil Cap, this is Will. He wrote Chronicles LARP, for which we are doing the gods. Just to answer your question.
Okay, so yeah, that works.
I don't even think we need to add much more to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can work on it.
We can, yeah. It's fine.
I think it's a really good start.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
So basically, one of the lesser gods for sure, but.
Oh yeah, very much a sort of like a minor.
Yeah, it's just
addition.
kind of handles animals and whatnot.
Somebody's got to do it. Prayer. We haven't done the prayer for any of them yet, so it's fine.
Okay, the fun, crazy guy. Okay.
Elemental god.
So maybe, let's do the domains again. I think that was a good way to kind of start it off.
Power domains.
So we definitely want like sea and storms.
Yeah. Sea, storms. Is this like a sort of thing where I'm like, the weather, fire, what? How elemental are we going here?
Okay. I was thinking because like fire is Kalia. The ancient god.
Yeah.
So I was thinking everything, but you know how kind of like there's like fire and storm are the two different magics. I was thinking kind of like everything that storm encompasses. So like weather,
the sea and storms,
like weather, lightning, wind, rain, ice.
Well, storms covers that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to give them?
Would you want to do something like travel or something like that, or is that
Spirit has travel?
Right. Okay.
But could be like naval stuff, like navally related. The sea and storms, and voyages.
That makes
something like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's a very specific.
Yeah. Well, one thing I was kind of thinking that like we can incorporate into this one is who's like he's almost like one of the titles could be like the Four Winds or
okay, yeah.
like that. Although whenever actually last time I brought that up, Hippie Kicker was just like Crom laughs at you, Four Winds.
I don't even know that particular reference.
Oh, it's from Conan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're talking about the gods, and Conan's like, Crom is my god, and then his buddy Subutai is just like, I pray to the Four Winds. My god lives above yours. He's better. Conan just puts on this grimace.
Alchemy and ink is like horses? Something way out there? Wine, maybe?
Sea storm and fine wines.
The sea, the storms, and imports.
Yeah. One of these things is not like the other.
Sea storms and trade.
I like cruelty almost. That's kind of like a...
Cruelty.
It's interesting.
It certainly says something about your weather systems.
Yeah. Well, I would almost say, like, the idea I like is kind of like the sea is very unpredictable.
The
and
sea
like,
doesn't give a shit.
Like one thing I like
the sea will do as it wants.
Yeah. I read a lot of books when I was younger about like pirates and like the superstitions about pirates. Yeah. And I just loved it. And like one of the ones was like there was this guy that their boat was attacked by like monsters, sea monsters, whatever. So they claimed, and so one thing they did, and he lost his leg in the whole thing. Basically, what probably was just like a really bad storm and like something heavy landed on his leg, and he lost it, whatever. So what he used to do after that, superstition-wise, he would like carve a leg out of wood before they left, and always toss it in the ocean as they left, and be like, "Take this instead of my other leg."
Take this.
And then so that was his thing. He did that every single time before they left, so that the sea would not claim his other leg. I know, so it's like almost like I just like has that level of just kind of like mischief, or not mischief, but just kind of like give me something.
Cold-heartedness.
Yeah, like unforgiving. Like you owe me. Like I control your life while you're in my waters.
Yeah.
So do not.
You are mine to control. Make me happy or die.
Yeah, like how would we like David Jones Locker?
I mean, I think most of what you've said is more a description of the type of person that this god is, rather than a domain that they hold, right? The sea and storms is more than enough to do all of that.
Okay. Well, that kind of works, because like storm is kind of like on land, it can be worshipped, and also seas.
Yeah.
Covers that. So let's just go sea and storms.
Well, I'm just gonna do this then. Let's see and storms. And actually, they don't need capitals. They're domains. I'm gonna leave them in capitals.
Okay. Proper nouns. Okay.
Name, title, symbol.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Probably the best symbol for them.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
The best
lightning
and
bolt,
worst
lightning bolt,
LARP
lightning
meme
bolt.
ever.
No, it's so good, man.
I would love to like just be witnessing that.
Also, I wish I could incant spells as fast as just saying lightning bolt and throwing a fucking packet.
Yeah, that's
it's pretty simple.
That system.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Actually, I think like old school Nero did. I think that was old school.
Really?
Nero. I
was
think
it?
That's, yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. A spiral around a circle, almost like
a tornado, almost.
I was gonna say almost like, because when I think of that like a spiral around a circle, I was thinking like almost like Saturn in a way, kind of like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Could we do like a crashing wave, like a...
Definitely. Things aren't proper now.
Lightning bolt. Yeah. All right.
Crashing wave. Yeah.
I think that works. That kind of encapsulates both storm and sea.
Yeah. Trident, seahorse. It's not Poseidon.
The trailer for Aquaman did just land, though.
Steal everything.
Yeah. Can we just put symbol Jason Momoa?
What about an anchor?
That works, yeah.
Titles, names. I mean, titles, stuff like the Stormbringer.
Yeah. The Fury is already.
We've already got the Fury. Well, the Fury is one of our demons.
Eye of the Storm. Yet he is the storm. Something about the sea.
Day ruiner.
Yeah. Four winds. If you want that one.
Yeah.
So Stormbringer.
The soggy.
I'm almost thinking maybe instead of Eye of the Storm, we should do something like sea related.
Yeah.
So like Sea Lord. What was Poseidon?
As long as he's not the Seaman.
Yeah. How do we pray to the Seaman? You don't want to know. Yeah.
Don't ask.
This game is 18 plus, but not that kind of 18 plus. Stormbringer, Four Winds.
Wave Father.
That's kind of cool. Wave Father. Seven Seas. No.
The first step to praying to the Seaman is getting on your knees.
Whoa, yeah.
Okay. I actually like Wave Father. Wave Father's pretty good.
Yeah. It's neat.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like original.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so physical description.
Well, I mean, before we gotta give him at least a placeholder name.
Okay.
Because I can't write a physical description without referring to, you know, something.
Let me just think here. Okay, so since he's not so much like a, I was thinking like the Animus and him are both kind of like not really, like the way the Stormlord manifests is like he's a hurricane, or you know, like he is like a tornado. I'll write that down. Let's just go with I just want to go Stormbringer for now.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Just for that. Because I think I might give them. I might have to change my naming convention just because they are.
They're not individuals.
They're more forces than like manifestations.
Yeah, I mean, you let me know on the names. The names are
sure.
your thing. Physical description. So, Stormbringer doesn't so much bring the storm.
He is the storm.
Bring the storm. As embodies the storm. He is every dangerous weather system and every crash of waves upon the hull of a ship.
Oh, maybe we can word it like that. Instead of like he is every danger, we could say like his voice is the boom of thunder.
Oh yeah, and that's good. Yeah, his voice is the boom of thunder, and his
touch is that of lightning.
And his hand is the splintering of ships beneath the waves.
And his hand is the crushing depths. Maybe just like something just like as you get further down the ocean, maybe just like, if that makes sense. His grip is the crushing depths of the waters below.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
That works for it.
I think we've got enough description there, you know.
Okay, so yeah, basically.
I don't really think there's much physical description you can do for a god like this, right? Like, they are.
He is the water. He is the wind. He is. Yeah.
He's the water. He's the wind. He's everything he controls.
He can be violent, or no, that's more of an overview.
That's more of an overview. Yeah.
I think that works for physical description.
Me too.
He's wind, rain, and.
He's wind, rain, and storm.
Yeah.
Wind, rain, and sea.
Nice.
Overview. Stormbringer is a cruel god. Very much appreciate, tribute.
Yes.
To gift something to the sea is to attempt to bribe the Stormbringer
For safe passage.
for safe passage. He has, however, been known to reject gifts of lesser value or significance.
I like that. I would basically say like he's unpredictable.
He's unpredictable. And prone to fits of rage.
Yeah.
To fits of fickle rage. Or fickle anger. Because we've done rage a lot.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable and prone to fits of fickle anger. He takes every slight personally. And every gesture.
Every gesture.
Takes every slight personally.
And every gesture critically.
And every.
Same thing.
I'm just like. I like to have like an and there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He takes every slight personally. I could end the sentence, but.
Oh yeah, it takes every slight personally and every.
And looks over every offering critically.
Yeah. We should probably talk about like storm mages and stuff like that. So basically, like, he lends his power.
Lends his power
to those
he feels are worthy of harnessing the great power of the storm.
It would be good to put the first one. He has, however, been known to reject his lesser value or significance. To those he wishes, the sea can be a lovely place.
To those whom he wishes, the sea can be a gentle, calm place.
Yeah, that works. So that's it. I just want to keep like
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You make him happy, he's good. You don't piss him off, you wish you didn't. So.
This is part of those who go, why hard secret part of the storm?
Just to answer Mr. Worst's question there, the Viking funerals would be
one of the
whatever one they want.
Whatever they worshipped, I guess.
We don't have like we're doing a very kind of polytheistic kind of look on the world here, so we don't have exact pantheons for certain races.
Yeah.
We did once upon a time, but then that just got really complicated.
I agree.
Yeah.
Really dumb.
Yeah. So we kind of leave it open so that like we do a Viking race called the Fjord, like them or any other races can really worship as they please.
Yeah.
And they can even like present gods differently, like Ivan to like the god of creativity and smithing and all that. Would appear very much differently to like a Fjord or like a Viking type character than like a sovereign, which is very much like a Roman analog.
Yeah. But you could even take the same gods and do them differently too.
Oh yeah.
Like I imagine the Fjord way of worshiping Aureus is way different from the sovereign way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sovereign, I imagine lots of like scrolls and notes and contracts and like the kind of like, and I swear this oath, and I write down that I agree, you know, kind of shit. And then the Fjord, it's like I give you a fucking handshake, and that's as good as any bond that's ever existed, you know, like all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah. So like even like the Stormbringer, like the Fjord would probably worship him a lot because they do so much on their boats. So they would worship him differently than like the Oslin, like the cat people would. You know, like they probably don't go near the water nearly as much.
You know, like fuck that guy.
Yeah. You know, like so. Yeah, it's open to interpretation for each individual character. Yeah. Like a funeral at sea would clearly be for the Stormbringer worshiper, but if you burn the corpse on a ship, that would bring the fire. Worship both at the same time.
Yeah, just prayers to both.
Yeah, because like you burn one, and then this guy would consume them. You know, it's like an offering and a snack.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So do we have anything else that we want for the overview here?
I think that kind of gets the point across.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's concise.
Yeah.
Likely followers.
Sailors.
Sailors.
I would say sailors.
Sailors and tradesmen on long voyages.
I would say storm mages, storm casters.
Storm casters. need like one more thing.
Yeah. So we have people in the ocean. We have stormcasters
and Aquaman. Yeah.
Aquaman. That's his son.
And Soggy Boys.
Soggy Boys. I would say Four Winds or Father.
Sailors, tradesmen on long voyages, stormcasters, anyone who lives upon the sea.
The sea or coasts.
This upon the sea or coasts. And I'm gonna change this a little bit.
Okay.
Sailors and tradesmen on long voyages, stormcasters. I'm gonna do that. That sailors on long voyages and stormcasters. Anyone who lives upon the sea or coast would find themselves comfortable in the Stormbringers' favor.
Nice. Okay.
Boom.
Cool.
2 more gods. Written them. Did it. The prayers aren't done in any of them, but we're doing okay.
Okay.
What's next, Will?
All right. Did you want to try working on prayers, or
Did you want to go over the demon stuff, or is
yeah, let's
that,
go over
like,
the demons. Yeah,
already-
actually, let's add the because we got to do
the symbols and
prayers
stuff,
and symbols
yeah.
and titles for them. I think.
I think they have titles because they are. Well, they are titles. They have titles as their.
Maybe they just go by the one.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So let's add in symbols and just a spot for prayers.
Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm just gonna
Copy and paste.
make sure it's in all of them.
Yeah, these ones should be fairly easy. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about these ones.
Yeah. What I love about doing this development work too is that you work on one, but at
Oh,
the same
and you
time
want-
that fills out. Just
You
like,
wanted prayers, right?
Yeah.
Prayers to demons. I like it. But I mean, let's be honest, I already do that in other games. My most recent Underworld thing has been trying to convert a Shattered Elf from the Mordegeist to my god.
Nice.
Or demon, I suppose. Charitable is such a weird demon. Alright,
I love it.
there we go. So symbols for our demons.
Okay. I was thinking for this one could be just like his helm, like very. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Horned helm.
Yeah.
Horned helm. Glowing eyes. I don't know why I keep putting capital letters for all this shit.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Like, I don't think we need another one for that.
Yeah.
The Resplendent. I immediately think of like a fan. You know?
Oh yeah, like a fan. Yeah.
She's just a beautiful lady who destroys everything.
Mm-hmm. I also have to say like decay, entropy, and vanity. What do you think about like almost like an eye, but it's like a really make-up and fancy?
Oh yeah, like a well make-upped eye.
Yeah.
A well make-upped eye. I don't know how else I would refer to it.
Yeah, I'll
But you know what I mean
yeah,
when I
it's
say
just,
that.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, like so it has like everything, like the lashes and all this.
Symbol for the masked.
A mask. But what kind of mask?
That's the real question, isn't it?
Because it's a mask,
Like
but it's all mask.
why don't we do like the like Batman style, like the robber mask? You
Yeah,
know
not
what I
like the
mean?
big full face, but it's
Yeah,
kinda
like a thieves mask.
Mhm.
You know.
Because they're another one that's everyone and no one at the same time.
Yeah, they really are.
I almost see.
They're one of my favorites, to be
yeah.
honest.
I almost see like an easy story to write would be like the twins and the mask, or like having like it's like who's who, and just
Yeah,
like
they would definitely do
like,
that, where it's like they're both trying to trick each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's just like this weird game.
Yeah, I mean, disguise mystery, things unseen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Fury.
Fury symbol. Oh.
I mean, it makes me want to say like flayed skin, like flayed flesh.
That's actually going to be one of the demigods.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the flayed.
Okay.
He did some bad stuff, so people ripped his skin off.
Yeah, it happens.
Symbols. Because he is like destruction and death incarnate.
Yep.
Doesn't carry any weapons. He has claws and he's rage and strength.
What about like a 3-claw?
Just like
Like a 3-claw slash mark, yeah. Either like straight down or like diagonally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that works for now. Yeah.
3-clawed slash mark. Yeah. It's good. I like it. Charitable.
A smile.
I almost want to give him the book that he has, like because he has
book.
like a book that has all the names of his followers in it.
Yeah.
So like
The book in the outstretched hand, maybe.
yeah.
Like the welcoming outstretched hand.
Book in an outstretched. Yeah.
Yeah, alchemy. The last one was for the Fury.
The Fury, yeah. And then the charitable, yeah. And then we're done. That's it for them. There's only 5 of them. So.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Nailed it. They've got symbols now. I don't like the formatting on this. Hang on one second.
Just space it out.
Well, I just make sure each of them has a page.
Yeah.
There. Much better.
Okay.
Back to the gods.
Okay. All right. So you have a couple choices. We can go and do the prayers.
Yeah.
I think that might be.
It may be more work than we can.
Yeah. I think like offline that might be better to do that.
Yeah.
Just because that's also like a lot of just kind of like what works, what rhymes, or whatever. So.
Yeah. Although chat's pretty good at that kind of stuff, so you know we may be able to appeal to them for some of that. But what are our other options?
I was gonna say we can work on. We can at least set up like the other gods.
Oh yeah, like
Because I can talk about like. Some of the other pantheon
Iliu
type
and
things. Yeah, like
and
the Trinity, the ancients, and then there's demigods as well.
Yeah, we could do
Okay.
that.
Talk about ancient gods because those
You
ones
want
are
to do
kinda,
ancient
yeah.
gods? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it in the same document, but I'm gonna put
Yeah,
a new
that works.
header.
Yeah.
Ancient gods.
That's cool. There's a. He is the law of the jungle as old as true as the sky.
That's a quote from a song.
What is okay?
It's good though, and not very referenceable. Could be useful. Thank you, Mr. Worst.
We can change it.
We can twist it around. Is this the right font size? Yeah,
Just bold it.
I think so. Yeah, that's the same. Just making sure I'm on the right track here.
Okay, so
who we got?
all right, so
Do we want to grab the template and then do the same thing?
Yeah,
or,
sure. I think that'll work for the beginning there.
Yeah.
So these gods change a little bit because they are very much like the Animus and the Stormbringer because they are forces now rather than kind of like actual beings in a way.
Haven't we seen some of them though?
Not these ones.
Okay.
No. There's ancients. These are like the
Oh, okay.
the ones
yeah.
that created the ones you've seen.
Okay, yeah.
So, or you've seen one. You've seen one of them. You saw Iliu.
I saw Iliu, yeah. Nicely backlit.
Yeah. But you heard him. No, you didn't hear him because you never died.
I did die
David
actually.
too.
I died once.
Did he talk to you though?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Sorry, I put so many people through.
And I was like, fuck you. And he was like,
oh right. Then I was
okay.
just like, whoop, you're out.
Yeah, get the fuck out of
no
here.
time for you.
Listen, I get it. You're a fae. It's fine. Get out of here.
You're one of those. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, I don't think we got a single Havela actually at Beta 2 because you left, and then Brittany didn't. She didn't take the knee.
Well, Adam might have.
Oh, I think he did actually. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. None of you know what that means. We're watching this later.
They don't know what that is. It's because it was me, Brittany, and Adam were the only.
Yeah, I forgot about Adam. Yeah. Okay.
And then the only Dark Fawn was Tammy,
and then
she died.
She exited stage left at the earliest convenience, which was it worked perfectly.
It was so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that game was fantastic. Okay, so
I would say it was okay.
From my perspective, fantastic.
Yeah, it was helpful. Is what it was.
Okay. All right, so let's go. Okay, so these gods changed a little bit because they are.
How many do we have, by the way?
There is 4.
4.
I could go into the kind of like. I don't want to say too much for the potential players. I kind of want to find this out as a mystery.
Yeah, definitely.
But these
what this is we're doing an overview as to like if you looked at a document and you knew about these gods, what would you know? Mm-hmm. If the answer is nothing, then we shouldn't write anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's definitely.
But you know what I mean,
yeah.
Right?
Well, these ones are kind of more enforcing the fact that there's like something is powerful has happened or is occurring, and there needs to be a reason for that. So we're kind of blending that in with like an actual divine being.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is Bosmer. You spell that Baasnyr.
Like that.
With
a Y.
Yeah. Okay. And he is essentially like. So way back in the day, so like, how about this? Just to kind of give a little inkling of what ancient gods are.
Yeah.
The stars, star signs, those were also ancient gods, but they were kind of torn apart and turned into stars. By who knows what.
By something.
Yeah. His name was Ailu.
His name was Ailu.
Yeah.
So his name was Ailu. He was a jerk.
Yeah, he's kind of a dickhead. Okay, so Bosmer, he is essentially the he's kind of like the wise, the powerful. Like he's kind of like the initial creator. Like he was like, I'll just give a quick little thing just so you're on the same page.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, like before time, before all this, kind of like there existed gods, essentially, kind of like almost like you're like all the universe was Mount Olympus, essentially.
Yeah.
And each individual being was crazy powerful by like mortal standards, and unique and different. And amongst them were like all the star sign kind of symbols that there is in the rule book. We have star signs, and each one kind of offers a little glimmer of power.
Bonus,
it's kind of like a little birthday bonus for your character. And now he is amongst this kind of community, or rather this kind of like existence of all these powerful beings. One kind of came from somewhere else, like kind of like from a dark place or whatever, and he came in and his name was Ailu, and he kind of started corrupting. Like he is the god of darkness and corruption.
He started fucking everything up.
Yeah, so he essentially came in and turned some of the other gods, like he took, basically corrupted 3 or 4 of them, and he turned them against the rest of them. And there's this kind of big chase and kind of like trying to escape from him and his horribleness, and that kind of led to where we are now, kind of like the initial creation.
Yeah.
And Bosmer was the one that created the Trinity. Okay. So Yova, Zerwin, and Ende, and so he's kind of like the initial creator. And there was a final kind of conflict that occurred between Ende, actually Comtiok. He was the original Infernal.
Okay. Yeah.
So from him, his lifeblood became all the demons and whatnot. So there was a conflict where Bosmer and Kalia fought, and there's a third one, fought against Ailu, and they both kind of sacrificed. All 3 of them sacrificed themselves to kind of like destroy Ailu and the other bad ones. And so Bosmer basically, Kalia became the sun. Okay. So she just like supernovaed and like basically just smoked all the bad ones. Bosmer, in that he protected the Trinity, but then he became the Veil. So he became like magic itself. Yeah. And then there was a third one that I wanted to write up, possibly. We don't have to, but essentially one that became the moon, almost like a pure kind of like always in line with the light and whatnot, and always watching in the darkness where Kalia couldn't. So those are the ancient gods that exist, and Ailu is the only one that kind of really survived, because he's the ultimate darkness corruption that you just can't kill. So, he's the ever-present big bad. So that's how the ancient gods kind of were framed. Cool. So they're kind of like, now they're not so much like, you can still like, they still have power, but they're more of a force rather than a.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So like Kalia, for example, like she is the phoenix. So she is the sun. One day she may like you know, like become like that could just be an egg in the sky for all like it's just kind of going back to that whole like, why is there a sun in the sky? It's because this.
It's because this, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So should we go with that? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, we have Bosmer, Kalia. You guys actually almost did it right to her at beta 2.
Yeah, we did. We did though.
Was it the Kalia?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one. The one that sent you away.
Well, no, because Tammy.
It
was
Ende.
It was Ende. You're right.
Because
was it Kalia for me? I remember doing something Kalia related. I don't think it was.
Okay. Because I remember Kalia was. I think Kalia was.
Kalia is one of the options.
It was one of the ones for purity.
For the purity.
Because that would have burnt the whole scroll or the right scroll, and you would have to burn every possession you own. And Jordy was like, "Well, I'll give everything away, and then like just put forward like my dagger or something." And they were like, "She would. We would have burned her bad."
We would fucking notice that. Yeah. So you want to give me
Kalia, Kalaja. I'm not. We can change that.
No, it's good. Kalia.
Iliu, so I''Liu.
Oh, is it 2 L's or just one?
Just one. Yeah, just very simple. And then the last one.
Where is it?
Oh, Creod.
Creod, because I spelled it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Creod going toe to toe with Iliu is a big deal.
It's a pretty big deal, yeah. So we've got Bosmer, Kalia, and Iliu.
Should be sure. So it should be an I between the L and U. So Iliu.
Yeah. Oh, I-L. Oh, I.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Gotta change it again. That's okay.
Right there. Yeah. Okay. And then the last one, I don't have a name for. I haven't developed.
Don't have a name for the last one. Okay.
The moon.
All right. Well, we'll wait for that.
Yeah.
Later.
Okay. So Bosmer. Okay. So the way Bosmer was essentially, he was like in his proto form before he was the Veil. He was essentially a dragon. He was like kind of a mystical dragon made of stars, pretty much. So,
cool.
Yeah. Different. But titles for him would be like, I would almost say like, definitely don't want to do anything with the first because that's getting into UW territory. So titles would be like, I guess you could almost just call him the Veil. The Veil.
I mean, the question is, am I writing this for now or am I writing this from before? You know what I mean? Like, physical description is going to be like, they are the Veil. There is, like, no way I can describe them. You know what I mean?
Well, it could be a thing. Like,
do you want me to change the template? We can do that.
Well, let's go with physical description because like Kalia is described as the Phoenix.
So I can be like, they were such and such a thing, and now they are such
in the Veil, or like when envisioned, they are seen as like a Phoenix. Because like that's the thing, because like the Trinity knows what they look like. Yeah. And so it'd be, you know, that information we pass down to followers and stuff like that. So whenever they're referred to, it's always like Bosmer's a dragon, Kalia is a phoenix, and
Iliu is a dickhead.
Iliu is just like darkness incarnate. He's just a blob of just like horribleness.
Okay, so titles.
Titles for Bosmer. He is. I would just say like we can go more simple. These ones kind of like the wise, or maybe I might have some stuff right here.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you do.
Here we go. So his domains actually.
Oh.
Knowledge, wisdom, and magic.
I see.
Yep. Kalia's is flame, passion, rebirth, and light. And Iliu is corruption and darkness.
Got it.
Cool. And then the moon will be whatever.
moon, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so right, and titles. So maybe let's start with Kalia because I have a bit more.
Sure.
Because she was the group that that Zeal was meeting with was the Flames of Kalia.
Yeah.
So kind of a religious cult. So she's basically the Phoenix. Almost like the Phoenix, the Flame, the Flame.
I didn't spell Phoenix right. I knew I was gonna get it wrong. I always do. There.
The Phoenix, the Flame, and I think that works.
Yeah, I mean you use some very general ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Symbol would be
fire
Phoenix or Flame. Yeah, fire.
Burning flame. Yeah.
That works, yeah.
So
physical description.
Playa?
The sun. So we basically put like how they exist now and like how they're envisioned.
As of this moment, Kalaya is the sun. However, beforehand, she was
like basically just like a brilliant flaming phoenix.
a brilliant flaming phoenix.
Burned with like all the reds, oranges, and yellows.
What's up, nerds?
Hey.
Hey.
Peach tea.
Oh, sweet. Tea.
Here.
Thank you.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, basically.
Good evening.
Peach tea. Beverages. Getting a delivery. I guess I should close my door because I don't want to disturb you too much. Shall I just quickly do that? There. Okay. All right. Back to what we were doing.
Okay.
So, beforehand she was blue and flaming phoenix. Who's flaming
Burned
phoenix.
with all the colors of the rainbow.
Her colors, vibrant and
Many?
plentiful.
There. No, that works. Because like the spell Phoenix Pyre.
Yeah.
It's like drawing right.
Yeah.
I think that works.
I don't really think there's anything else we need. Yeah.
Like that's pretty much it.
Overview.
Um.
One of the three to stand against Aliu. If we're doing three.
Yeah, let's do that.
One of the three to stand against
make more of an
Aliu.
effect.
To destroy his minions. And to drive him back. Galia went supernova.
Yeah.
Exploding into a brilliant burning orb that now warms the entire mortal world. Something like that.
Maybe instead of like warms into maybe like stands sentinel.
It now watches over the entire mortal world.
Improvises.
Because I'm assuming the sun doesn't shine into the veil.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. The entire mortal world. She
provides
her flame and power to
Flame
those who wish
power.
to wield it.
to those who wish to wield it. Fire is a primal magic and should be approached with practice and caution.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe just put like another line there too. Just kind of say like, it is believed, is prophesized that one day she
It
will.
is prophesized. Yeah.
That one day she will return, like.
That one day the form will return to that which it was before, and many faithful of Kalaya make sure to look to the sky first thing every morning. Something like that.
Yeah. They look to the dawn to see if
she is the sun or a bird or what.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Likely followers.
Freya.
I would probably put.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think how to phrase it. Knights. No.
Knights.
I would almost say like those who seek to combat darkness in any form.
Yeah.
Both like literal and physical. Or not. Both.
Seek to combat the darkness. In any form. I almost think that's all you need.
Really, yeah. For now, that works. I think.
Yes.
We can work on it after. But yeah, so I think that's a good kind of example of
Yeah.
And then
I would say I like that it's not as much information
Mhm.
because it's an ancient god rather
Yeah.
than
Mhm.
like more commonly worshipped thing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? At this point.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Bosmer. So he is such a weird one because now he encompasses so much now as the veil.
Once an ancient and powerful dragon, made of stars and
the very universe itself.
and the fabric of the night sky. Bosmer relinquished physical form when he became what is now known as the Veil. Like that?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? It almost works. I gotta take a note for myself. It's basically they could almost know that they couldn't defeat Aelio, just push him back.
Yeah.
And in their sacrifice, they provided what the Trinity and their creations needed to fight him. So like flame and magic, essentially. Yeah, that works. Okay. So yeah.
Overview.
I think it works.
Bosmer
Was essentially the leader.
Leader of the
Ancients.
ancient
That's
gods
that's pretty much the term I'm using.
and their resistance against Aelio's corruption. He was the one to create the plan used to push back the dark
ancients.
to push back those who had chosen the side of the dark.
Yeah. He created the Trinity, or the goddesses of the Trinity.
He created the goddesses of the Trinity
to survive where, or to survive where they would not.
Survive where he knew the ancients would not.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that works for. There's a lot more I can add on to this.
But again, like this is a matter of like this is not so much writing the god as writing the history of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
This is like
so this is
the
this
beginning.
is like this is a little out of my knowledge sphere, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
this is
I have a lot written
deal,
about this,
yeah.
so I can just like. Pop it in.
So
It is a lot
I can
of-
give you the Google Doc, and then
Okay, yeah.
if you don't already have it, which I think you do.
I do. Yeah.
It's
just mostly I don't want to. There's a lot that can be learned in game.
no, definitely, and like if that's all you want to write, that's fine.
Yeah, I think it works.
Title, symbol.
Symbol. Ooh, that's a good one.
I like
Should we do like
Mr. Worst has like a field of black with small white crosses spread over it, like little
I was
stars.
gonna say like stars would be a good one
Yeah.
for him.
Like black cloth, emblazoned with stars.
That works. Yeah.
It's one of those ones that like you can't have on a badge because it needs to be cloth
Kalia should be a burning flame or the sun
or the sun.
or a blazing star. Or something.
The sun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
So just kind of like a draped cloth, stars. Yeah, cool.
could even make a cloak.
Ooh,
That'd be awesome.
the Bosmer cloak.
Play a mage. That's who's all like many books and knows all the spheres of magic.
like the true what did they call them? During testing of like the original Chronicles, not the Chronicles we know and love, but before that, Rob Armstrong made a really funny. He play tested it called the Rainbow Mage. It was every Dominion and just everything. It was stupidly broken, but it was funny. It was called the Rainbow Mage.
Yeah.
Because he had every. That's back when funny development story. That's back when packets were all
Items.
no. That's when packets were all had to be individually colored.
Oh fuck that!
Yeah. Wasn't my idea. I
Is
fought
Bosmer the
tooth
only
and-
dragon?
He is the original dragon.
The dragon.
But we can just call him the dragon. Yeah. When referring to a god, he is the dragon. Yeah.
What else?
The dragon. I'm trying to think like what's another term for like creator.
The progenitor.
Ooh, I like that. Progenitor.
Mom.
There's some other terms I want to use.
Mr. Worst, it's like the spaces in between.
Whenever I think of that, I think that it was there's a song. It's like
Yeah.
the space
The
between.
space between your heart and mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's also other things I want to do, but I can't because other games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can't because other games.
Yeah.
What, like what? I'm interested in like what you want to do and whether I can twist it in such a way that it's not.
I don't even know if I want to say it.
Go on.
Mm,
But you're already saying you can't do it because other games, so you've acknowledged that like you're not gonna copy. So it's not like you're
Yeah.
gonna get in trouble for saying what you would like to do when you can't.
no, there's a thing. There's a thing that exists that I think I don't want to say because it could potentially damage the games.
That's fair.
Yeah. Offline, I'll tell you. How about that?
Okay, all right. You tell me. You tell me when we're done, and
Yeah,
then I'll
totally.
secretly tell them. I mean, I won't. I won't tell them.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay.
All right.
Solemnly swear I do no good.
Just twist it into something legally distinct, and it's fine. I got drummer. See, Drummer Boy knows.
Yeah.
Drummer Boy's super talented musician, by the way.
Oh.
He does all the break music for all of our like RPG stuff and like
Oh,
a
nice,
bunch of
cool.
other cool things.
Your name is very fitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's think. Yeah. It's dumb, but yeah, I don't want to.
I like that you're just like.
I want to tell you so bad. But I just
likely
can't.
followers.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, likely followers.
Likely followers.
I would say,
Mages.
like mages, sages.
Mages, sages,
Wages. No,
Bages. I don't know what those are.
mages, sages, scholars.
Scholars.
Um,
And I need something that rhymes with mages and sages, so I can be mages, sages, scholars, and pages.
cages. Pages work. Pages.
And pages.
This is a funny joke. Mages, sages, scholars, and pages.
It's like some Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy shit.
Yeah. Mages, sages, scholars.
And phages.
Historian. I guess it's kind of like a sage or scholar would be a historian.
Yeah, mages, sages, scholars, and
Ooh, dreamers.
dreamers. Yeah.
That's everybody, but you know, like.
I gotta change these so they're not capital letters, because they don't deserve to be. You just go this mages, sages, scholars, and dreamers. Yeah, it's good.
Cool.
I like it.
I think that works.
Mages, sages, scholars, and wages.
Okay, so
Just add coin to his domain so I can put that.
wages. Is a wage like what, how would that work?
I don't know.
If a slave is a wage, you got a slave a day. Are you a wage?
Are you a wage?
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
sure. A slave a day is a lot of slaves.
Slave a day keeps the something away.
Keeps corruption away.
There you go. Okay.
We got Bosmir.
Bosmir, then Kalia.
Kalaya.
Okay, so let's talk about that name for a second here. So, like, when I think Kalia, I'm thinking like the J is like a ya. But how do you like when you first look at that? How do you want to pronounce that?
I definitely wouldn't pronounce it Kalaja
Okay.
because I'm not an idiot.
Okay.
But you can't make that same distinction with everybody that LARPs
Mhm.
because some of them are idiots.
Unfortunately. So would it be better to put a Y there?
No.
So it's just Kalia.
I like Kalaya like that.
Okay. Cool.
I would just keep it that way. I'm not saying cater to the idiots. I'm just saying some people will mispronounce it.
Oh yeah. Like, it's yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Cove is the one that's gonna get the
Oh
worst.
yeah.
The
Like, I
worst.
think actually, you know what? I'll probably put a pronunciation guide just on each because I did that with the spell and counts, so I can just that's an easy thing to put.
You could also do this.
There you go.
Yeah, Fantastic Leia just said it in chat. H at the end to imply Yiddish pronunciation.
Excellent. That's the things I do not know.
Kalaya.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Moon. Actually, let's do Ailu.
Ailu first, then Moon.
Then Moon. We need T-shirts.
Moon.
The form of a wolf.
Instead of Dark Gods, it says Moon. Just Moon.
Titles. The Derpy.
Yeah, titles. Oh god.
The T-shirt meme.
Three Wolf Moon Avatar.
Okay. All right. Names. Ailu. Titles. The Corruptor. Darkness.
The Corruptor. The Darkness. The one that sucks ass.
The Monologuer.
Yeah, no kidding. The super fucking dramatic dickhead.
Vanity should be his domain as well. Actually, that wouldn't be bad to put him there.
All over print Moon shirt. Yeah.
Okay. Corruptor, the Darkness.
Symbols of Ailu. Oh, that thing?
The black sun.
The black sun.
Yeah.
The black.
Did you think I was doing like fist together? Like
I thought it was like a fist thing.
No. Yes. For those who can't see, my
black sun.
tattoos are black sun.
Just like on the camera there.
If you can see it.
Oh, let me see.
I can't tell with the delay.
No, look there.
Okay.
There, you got it. You got it live now. You got it live.
Oh,
now.
live. Okay, so yeah.
Here, look. We'll just even go full screen there. Like
so on my wrists, I have two black suns. I can't angle my wrist.
You can do it. I believe in you.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
Hooray! Who knew it was so hard to show my wrist?
So the black sun.
Yes.
There you go.
Black sun. That's
Physical descriptions. Ailu. Amorphous blob of darkness.
Yep.
I got you. Ailu. Let me poetry it up a little bit, but Ailu is not a creature of form.
Yeah.
Ailu is a creature of darkness, and a creature of darkness. The form of a whispering voice. A whispering, I want to say tantalizing, but it's not the word. Convincing, like beckoning. What's the fucking
right
word? Form of a whispering. Seductive.
There you go. Yeah.
Seductive.
When I work, I have a thesaurus like open the entire time.
It's not a creature form. It is a form of a whispering, seductive voice that leads you to make bad choices and do terrible things.
Could we do? Okay, so it's not a creature of form. Ailu is a creature of. Do you want to just do darkness or do something like palpable darkness? Like,
I mean, we can do a creature of physical darkness.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. It's almost like Aku, but without the funny face.
Make bad choices and do terrible things.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's almost enough, like physical description wise. Overview is gonna be more obviously.
Yeah, like it's more to like how he works.
Yeah. Insidious is also one of the words that I was thinking of. Yeah.
Nice.
Whispering insidious. I like that better.
Insidious voice, yeah. That's because seductive is like, hey.
Whispering insidious voice. Yes.
That describes the voice I put on for him, I think. Okay.
I mean, it describes something.
Yeah. Well, insidious is definitely more like has a like darker undertone.
Yeah.
And kind of.
Yes, a whispering Darth Sidious voice. The entity, the little voice that says jump when you're near the edge. Yeah.
Totally. So yeah.
Why do I get this feeling that if you get in contact with you get a voice in your head going, do it. In a bad Sidious voice all the time. Yeah, Insidious is also less gendered than seductive, because seductive is kind of gendered.
That's actually, you guys aren't really wrong. So Ailu, like with his power and domains being corruption and darkness, it's basically he will always be that kind of little, like whenever corruption in any form occurs, he gets more powerful.
Yeah.
So be it that little voice saying do it, and then someone hurt somebody or slap
it's the voice that tells you can totally run that pedestrian over right now.
Yep, it's the voice going 10 points.
10 points.
10 points. 20 for all of them.
Yeah.
It's that little voice, and so to fight that, like that saying just no, I'm not going to hit that, person walking across the street.
Yeah.
But there's also like there's a point with like physical corruption, right? Where he's actually like corrupted. In the game, there's actually like a resurrection system where he's kind of at the epicenter of it, and like he'll send you back, which is a corruption in itself because you're supposed to be dead. But also you come back with a corruption on you, so it's like a physical corruption or a spiritual corruption.
Keeping you in the cycle.
Yeah.
Anyone on the edge, you'll use the one there that just pokes them in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, overview. He is older than anything. Like he has existed for.
Ilyu.
No one knows when he's older than the oldest known things. So he is like.
Yep.
Part of existence.
Ilyu is older than the oldest thing anyone could name. Ilyu existed before anything else was even a thought.
Yeah, you guys got it. Now, he's basically like the darkness that existed.
Ilyu is primordial. The beginning.
Yeah. He is the constant challenge that life must overcome.
He is the constant challenge that life must overcome to prove itself worthy of existence.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah.
It's a great background for your work today, starting some dark fantasy tunes for my patrons. Hell yeah, drummer boy.
Excellent. Okay. So where he comes in the story, so he basically comes in against the ancient gods.
Yeah.
He basically corrupted a number of them, destroyed that civilization, pretty much. Like
in the heyday of the ancient gods, Ilyu came to them and corrupted a number, pitting them against their former allies, and destroying the civilization that had come to be.
Actually, that's Alpha and Omega is he is the beginning and the end, which is like, that's perfect. Can't put it here though because it's
not only.
Totally
yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I can say not only is he the beginning. He plans to be the end. It's like almost the thing, but not quite the thing.
Yeah, it's a little. No, it's good. All right, so.
Anything else overview-wise? I feel like Ilyu has a fair amount of.
Yeah, there's a ton I could add on to him. Basically, just kind of like he's always that ever-present kind of like just test, but I think we worded it perfectly.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can come back to it if you want to add specific references or like specific things that I don't know.
Yeah, totally. I can go back and fill that in. No problem.
It's all here, and we've got like a base for it. Likely followers?
Those who do bad shit. I would say evil people.
Cultists. Witches.
Evil.
Those who do evil in the name of evil.
Yeah.
Bad people.
The whole spectrum of evil.
Basically, if you're evil, you're probably cool here. There you go.
Okay.
I mean, darkness, definitely you get some, like, thieves.
You know? Yeah, like...
grumpy old people.
We might have the disillusion, too, who are, like, kind of like the same way Cove takes that. You might have someone like, take my corruption, so I pray to the god of corruption. He goes,
that's not how it works, you dick.
I'm going to kill you so you get more corruption.
Be corrupt.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Got it.
I think that works for now. It's an excellent start. On page. Okay, and the final one, Moon.
Moon.
I hope she doesn't become like the derpy
She
guy.
is Moon. She's already Moon.
Okay, so the way I kind of thought of this was almost like going back to the whole, like, there's the sun and the moon kind of gives a reason why there's...
Sure.
Because all this whole story is like, why is there stars in the sky? Why do we dream at night?
Yeah,
why
definitely.
Is there a moon? And that. So it could just be... I was thinking kind of like a lesser of the ancients, but essentially, like, she's there to kind of watch... like a closer look on things, and I was thinking almost like, because the moon often relates to like purity, and things like that.
So like power and domain being what?
We had light to be for Kalia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have darkness and Iliu.
Yeah. So, because Moon is also, it's gonna be and everyone in the game is gonna call her Moon because of this because of this stream.
It's gonna be the best.
Yeah, totally. Actually, almost like Moon is like just Moon by itself.
She's definitely gonna be Moon then.
Moon, yeah. Moon. Okay, so
If you name her Moon,
yeah.
everyone will call her Moon.
Okay. So the idea behind her too was just kind of like almost looks like a purity, almost like think of it like Ailee was coming, but she was like an untouchable, almost like you just couldn't hurt her. So
Yeah.
she was almost just kind of like purity in itself.
Sure.
So in the darkness of night, she is the light again. You know.
Yeah. Purity. What else?
Purity. Almost like
Hope.
Because like the moon, hope. Yeah, that could be it. Because there's one thing in the universe that Ailee couldn't touch, and it was her.
Yeah.
And so now she kind of exists as like, she also reflects, like, because like the moon reflects the sun's
Purity,
light.
hope, time.
We don't have one for time yet, do we? I don't think we do. I think the only other one
Because every time Kalia
it's
descends,
spinning, yeah.
she emerges.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, let's go time. Yeah.
It came up in chat and I stole it.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
looking at what you got.
Good job, Ozymandias.
Hello, elf chat, elf friend who I don't know. This is Will. He writes Chronicles LARP and is super cool. And we're working on the gods so that he has the authority to be like, and we're done. You know?
Also known as Kervalian on the chat.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Caravalian sometimes in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, thanks for hanging out with us, team.
Yeah. You guys are helping out a lot. It's great.
All right. So, what do we want from Moon?
Okay, so purity, hope, and time. So. My mind just goes blank sometimes.
It's tough, yeah. I mean,
especially when it's
and
like-
this is why I do it with chat, right?
Yeah.
So that I can be like, okay, so what do we think a person who is purity, hope, and time and is literally the moon used to look like before they were the moon?
Yeah. For this.
Go, chat.
Yeah, go. We can almost do something interesting here. So we could almost do like kind of like I was thinking. The first thing that popped in my head before because we have kind of creatures, right? So we have like we have darkness as a blob, but we also have like the dragon, the phoenix, and I was thinking like the serpent or something like that.
Yeah.
Like just kind of like so when she got like when the Kalia supernova, she'd almost just kind of ball up.
Yeah.
And then that's where she is now.
Yeah.
So almost just kind of I was thinking just like,
Physical description. Let's go.
and also if you look back in other religions, the serpent is usually a symbol of like more powerful things, not essentially evil. That's what the Bible did. But
Was once a great white serpent. When the ancients ruled.
like a big noodle dragon.
Was a great white serpent when the ancients ruled. And also there's a certain circularity in like serpents, Ouroboros kind of stuff. It's like time.
The infinite.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah.
And Iliu.
Oh, when she goes like when the movement's like a crescent move, you can almost see like.
Yeah, you can almost see it. Yeah.
Oh, like yeah, that's good. I like it.
When Iliu sent the corrupt ancients against them, Moon was the only one could not touch. She remains in the sky at night. A beacon of light in an otherwise darkened sky.
You know what's amazing that I just realized? When Ailee was present on when he came up in Beta 1,
Yeah.
it was a moonless night.
Yeah.
Which fits perfectly here.
Titles are what you would call the god.
Yeah.
So like Moon would have the titles like I don't know. The original titles, stuff that we have like for this stuff, like Iliu is the corruptor, the darkness, you know. Kalia is like the phoenix, the flame. So the titles for the god. And also Moon is not this god's name. We just don't have a name for them yet.
Is this meme worthy?
The patient.
The patient, yeah. The untouched.
The untouched.
The pure.
Pure. The Watcher?
I was thinking, yeah, the Watcher in the darkness or something, or just like the Watcher words.
The Watcher.
Because yeah, like one of Kalia's kind of things will be like, when darkness falls, you know, she is the only light. So that's kind of like the people wielding her flame. But yeah, the Watcher works.
Isn't Moon the meme dog? Yes, but this is the god that is the moon, so it just came up, and now it's on the paper.
Yeah.
It's only a placeholder.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Symbol. Someone said mirror before. I thought that was interesting. I do like the kind of like the serpent, like the crescent moon.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like every time, because when the moon, you know, like becomes more of a like the waxing and the crescent, like it's almost like every time you see it, it's something different. So it's like changing almost.
Yeah, crescent moon.
Yeah.
The serpent, or the mirror maybe.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Or the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
In darkness.
Cool. A lot of these symbols too, we can actually use in like when oracles have visions.
Yeah.
We can use this.
Yeah.
Okay, so crescent moon, the mirror in the darkness. Overview. All right, so basically,
what does the moon bring to the field?
The moon is essentially just a symbol of, like, it's power and domains. So it's a symbol of purity, hope, and time. For, you know, like the dark is a scary place in a fantasy world, and seeing the moon, you know, is a sign of, you know, it's bright like purity. The symbol of hope gives you light.
Yeah.
And then you can also see like when the morning is coming.
It's a symbol of hope in the darkness to show you how soon you'll once again be in the light.
Yeah.
In the light.
It shows you Kalia's light at night.
Moon reflects Kalia's light. It brings what? It brings serenity, even terrifying places.
Nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't even know what else I can write about Moon at this point.
I think that works for now.
Moon.
This is literally the first time I've really put.
Moon is a constant sentinel.
Mm-hmm.
And a stalwart shield against the dark. Corruption cannot touch her. And she cannot be swayed by evil.
And poor nerd said like.
Yeah, like
a symbol of passage of time.
Yeah, like many moons ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Likely followers for our moon. Guardsmen.
Yeah. Night watch.
Night watch. Those who would stand vigil against the overwhelming dark.
Do you want to put like travelers or anything like that? So very much where you would pray to Stormbringer for safe passage in the waters.
Yeah, guardsmen. I wish.
Like anyone
travelers in the night, and those who. Yeah. Cool. We got a thing. I mean, they're called Moon right now, so that will have to change. But we can. You can do that because you have a system. So I'll leave that to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what is this? Damn it, get back here. You all have my stuff.
See, there's Bosmer.
Yeah. Damn it, Moon, get back.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so that's the ancient gods.
Yeah, we did it.
How are we doing for time? So it's about noon right now.
Yeah, it's about noon.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of whenever you wanna call it. You wanna, because the thing about the Trinity is that you already have a lot of stuff for the Trinity.
I could
so
probably...
I don't really think we need to go over the Trinity.
Yeah.
and the prayers are still a thing, but I also think that that's something we should work on.
That's
like
something we work on all the time.
outside of and not to mention people who are interested in these gods may have stuff that like might be good. You know what I mean? Like people may come up with things which is interesting. So are we done for now? What do you think?
I would say so. Yeah, because like the demigods. There's a lot of history.
Yeah,
like,
I can't do stuff that already has a lot of story tied up in it because I don't know it.
Mm-hmm. I would say we're pretty good for now because the Trinity and the demigods, the Trinity basically represent.
What I like is that we have a copy of the Pantheon that is basically ready for play. Yeah. Like why is this not on the same page? Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to change everything.
Yeah, definitely more than enough for people to kind of sink their teeth into.
Yeah. God, everything's out of sync. I'm gonna fix it. I have to fix it.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I will work on the Animus and Stormbringer names as well as Moon, and
as well as Moon.
Yeah, because the demigods and Trinity, they really jump into like historic shit, especially like the Fey Lords.
Yeah.
Because they even go so far as like they're the ones that created the Oscelin by some craziness that we put together. So,
yeah, I can't speak to stuff that already has history.
So maybe I'll get your opinions on how we should handle, because there's Ailu, but then there's also the other ancients that kind of went rogue. So maybe I'll just get your opinion on those.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the big fight, basically there was 3 I had kind of written with them. So there's one who...
One became the demons.
Yeah, so Comteok was essentially the infernal. He became the demons, like his... in the supernova, he was smited, but like his blood kind of like his fluids, rather, like leaked out, but they were sentient, and they became like the Legion demons. Once mortals basically started populating the planet, they kind of like, it was like a light and darkness, and they kind of like attacked.
Yeah. And
that's how they became. There was a giant war over, fighting demons, and they like it went to the demons we now know and love. So that's one of them. So his body is just like floating off into the void. Just
a corpse.
I think I had written another 2. One was essentially the outsider. He's kind of like the mystery. Like he was also like, even amongst like when Ailu came, he was kind of like a loner. So he's one of the corrupted, but no one really knows much about him. He's kind of like the big bad that no one knows about yet.
Sure, yeah. He's your Dragon Ball Z villain for when Ailu gets defeated. Yeah. You say, "But there is a stronger."
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah.
You gotta keep one in reserve.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Like one of the demigods, Maeve, actually, she's out looking for him to kind of assess the threat.
I see.
And she might come back and report her findings at one point.
Who knows?
Then there was another one who was kind of like almost like insect-ish.
Okay.
And he did actually come back at one point too. He got he wasn't smited, he was just blasted off, but he found his way back.
Sure.
And he attacked at one point, but he didn't do like the big horde kind of thing. He just kind of like did like he wasn't nearly as powerful as the other one, so he kind of like, so there's some huge crazy monsters in the world, and they're because of him.
Okay.
And so there's a few things that happen, like
I got you. He's like a flesh crafter kind of.
Yeah. He, like a nasty kind of customer.
Interesting.
So I don't think we should have him as a god to be worshipped. Like he doesn't have that power, but he's definitely like a threat.
I mean, that's good. Yeah. Big threats are also a thing.
Yeah.
Moon. It's just in the notebook.
Underline it.
Fix this.
And then there's also, and that's it for like big cosmic threats.
Cool.
And that's the fun thing about this too, is it's all kind of like up here, it's just stuff to work with, and it's like most of these, like you never have like Ailu coming back in the form you saw him from in Beta 1, like would never happen.
Yeah.
Like that's just because he's dead and in the veil, thanks to Deserval.
Yep. Oh god.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So let's just close it out. So we're gonna hop off for now, my dear friends. Thank you very much for indulging in our writing stream. I may be back a little bit later this afternoon/evening with some WoW stuff or something like that. I'm gonna take a break now too, because like it's perfect time to have a break for lunch. So, so I will see you all later. Have a good one, friends. Thanks for hanging out and checking out our lore stuff that we're doing. Anything you want to add to that, Will? You got a
so-
Twitter or something?
We just have our Facebook page right now, and an Instagram page as well.
Yeah.
Just look up Chronicles LARP. There's actually 2 Chronicles LARPs. There's one in the States and one here. Ours is the bigger group with the Chronicles symbol, as you might see in our Facebook group.
Yeah.
So all those Chronicles players, I hope this has inspired you. I hope this makes you look forward to the game that much more.
Worship the damn gods that I wrote. Fuck.
So yeah, look forward to lots of cool stuff soon. More lore like this is going to be coming out within the next month or so, right before our first mini event, which is coming out on September 1st. So
Hype. All right.
all right,
See you later, guys.